What's good? My delay is more than it usually is. There we go. Okay. It just popped on. Yeah. I'm not used to talking to a bunch of people muted in call, but welcome, everyone, to the first running of the HDL honors. It's gonna be hopefully a decent enough presentation. Hopefully it's not too janky. I'm going off what you say in chat at this point. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say the music is too loud. That's what I'm gonna guess and say the music's too loud. A little bit. It's not? We're chilling? Alright, good, we're chilling. Well, you can just unmute, but just...
Either unmute and then remute after, like...
Yeah.
Most people here should be on voice activity.
Music is fine. Chilling. I don't know how... Whoa! Jack throw out 2 gifts! Wow! Yeah, I know you can't hear Hylian. I need to turn Discord up. Thank you for the 2 gifts, my man. Talk again, Hylian?
Hi, this is me talking.
Oh, that's loud. Okay. Now we should be okay. I'm trying not to give away the things, because it's going to be hard. See, one monitor setups are fun, because I have to, like, set it to a screen capture, and then I can't show you the stats for certain things and flip between what I want to flip between easily. So, yeah. It's going to be like that. But, without further ado, we're probably just going to get straight into it. How this is going to work. We have, I think, 13 or 14 awards for you today. I'm just going to call out the awards. I'll go through each nominee. I will announce the award. There are some awards that have come down to 2 things that pretty much everyone knows who it is. What I'm planning on doing, for those of you that like to get risky with your channel points or like to have more channel points, I'm going to put predictions up. You can wager as many channel points as you would like on who you think won, not more or less who you're rooting for, but who you think won. And then you'll get to vote as such. I didn't know I had a text box. That's gonna go away for right now. So yeah. Text box is gone.
Yes, so we might have had a slight ferret infestation.
Yeah, there's a lot of ferrets here.
It's all right. It's all right. It's just you know, they're chilling.
Yeah. That also gave me a pointer. Can you use the nickname channel award to change your server nickname? No? Lion Boy's making me hydrate again. Okay, hold on. Let me grab hydration first, and then we'll get into the first award. How about that? I'll be back. People love me.
I'm so glad.
Streamer gone, that means we can talk.
You can use
I'm
your
so
channel
glad that people...
That's not hydrate. But I have to keep it on, because I should keep it on. So, if you win, you can come into call. We'll talk. We'll chat. You know? Have a good time. And then once you're going, you make your way out.
You hydrate?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, cool. Do it again.
Okay. This is a waste of your channel points.
It's only a waste if the person who uses them perceives it to be that way.
I guess. So, I guess we'll get... Oh, he made me hydrate too. Okay.
Case in point.
I'm getting bitched with agua. Save them for late... Oh, nope. Tyler made it unfunny now. Why is there a channel point award for timing out someone else? Because there is. You can do that if you have enough. How much is it? Like completely...
6,900. Nice.
Love that. It is good to hydrate, though. That is correct. I don't even know where my bits show up. I don't even...
Somewhere near the ferrets.
Okay, they're in there. We're just going to proceed. Alright?
Yep.
Timing someone out's fun, though. If you want to save up 6.9k to time someone out, then there you go.
Starting off, we have the category for... Oh, hey, our third co-host. This is Clay.
Oh, is Clay here?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, Clay's here. All right.
It's gonna
Clay,
be a little late, but
Clay can help me with the statistics. All right.
It's fine. You just missed the ferret infestation explanation.
Okay. I'll introduce all the awards. I've had a little bit of a plan. So,
Yeah.
we all know how Yaroon plans to draft around a house. We're gonna think of tonight's award show as a good meal. All right. And what good meal can start without some proper seasoning? So we're gonna salt this meal before we prepare it for a nice dish, right? And we're gonna start with the saltiest match. Now, for salt, just bad RNG, people thinking salt is proper seasoning. Hey. Bad RNG, people getting a little upset that rolls didn't go their way. Forfeits, all proper nominations for the saltiest match. The first nominees, week 1, Lion Boy versus Tyler, the origin of the scummy mill tank. Week 2, me versus Spooks, when Showdown forgot all of Spooks' sets and he was pretty angry. Week 3, Jack versus Kevin, when Showdown forgot Kevin didn't have the right Charizard, and the special Mega Charizard Z made an appearance. Week 3, Hylian versus Blaze. Zardwai was feeling lucky, and Blaze was not happy. Week 4, Hylian versus Sandy. Hylian doesn't like speed tiers very much. Week 4, Yaroon versus Lion Boy. Some extremely scummy para hacks behind a sub. Buzzwole did his things. Not good. We skip 2 weeks, I guess. Not much stuff happened between those. We go straight to week 7 of Clay versus Hylian.
I'm still pissed about that one.
Steel Wool. Well, Hylian decided to bring 5 Mons weak to Steel Wool stabs and got swept by Steel Wool. And then forfeited. Sandy versus Jack. Sandy's win con was going for a double protect BM. Love that. Yaroon versus me. The legendary Slowbro flinch that won the game. Sandy versus Spooks when Suicune was just being downright disrespectful. Sandy versus Lion Boy when Mystical Fire was going burr. Hylian versus me. Darm forgot his glasses, missed 2 stone edges, and Regice lived on 1% from Bandit Urshifu Sucker Punch. We don't talk about that one. Kevin versus Yaroon. There's indeed a storm coming. Moltres hit a couple hurricanes.
You skipped over Core BS.
No, I didn't. Tyler versus Hylian. A lot of good Vileplume action going on there. Clay versus Kevin. Clay got a clutch boost that kept Kevin from finishing in 9th place. And me versus Sandy, when we also don't talk about that one. There is a 100% a reason I haven't edited that video, and it's not uploaded yet, because I don't want to look at it. So, without further ado, we're going to have Ferret back. No, we got this. We have Ferret back to help drum roll us out. The winner of Saltiest Match is Week 4, Yaroon versus Lion Boy. The scummy para hacks to end them all. Yaroon can come and join call, actually, if he would like. Just unmute and just pop in and join call. We're going to look at the...
Come and get your prize as I add the Season 2 Honors Award winner role to you.
So, Saltiest Match, it actually won by 2 votes. As you can see here, we have the results up. We had a 3-way tie for second. Sandy versus Spooks, Sandy versus Lion Boy, and me versus Hylian. But this won pretty handily. And actually, what we're going to go do is let's go watch the game right now. We're just going to watch it.
Oh, this is going to be pain.
Wade.
We're going to put this game on fast.
Wade, I'm not sure if you understand the difference between award and punishment.
No.
I think it could be a combination.
I have a good understanding.
I think it could be a combination of both.
As you can already see,
Lion Boy's made some really good plays during this battle.
Speaking of which, Lion Boy, let me jag him in here. Hey, Lion Boy. So, what are your thoughts on this match being won?
You won the scummiest, saltiest award. You happy?
No, Yaroon won it because he was the one that was salty. but Lion Boy, how does it feel about being directly involved in the first recipient winning his award?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for bestowing salt upon this world?
Whimsicott. It's afraid of Whimsicott.
This battle can be summed up as a glorified kick to the balls.
I've got 10 minutes before work, so I'll have to accept this award and then leave. Gotta go.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Sand
for-
weather ball tech kind of fancy though.
It was.
Thank you so much. Wait, so do both people in the match get an award, or is it just?
Now that you say it, that it was Yaroon the one being salty, I think it just goes to Yaroon but not Lime.
That's just was always what was my understanding. Was just like
That
well,
makes
That's
sense.
what I brought up originally too. It's like
That makes
if
sense.
We're gonna get 2 awards for the same award,
Yeah,
or
no, that was just my understanding of it. Was
Yeah.
well, I mean, you should really only be
Best
awarding
game-
one
best
for
game will go
cost
to
itself,
the-
right.
Yeah, best game will obviously go to the both people involved, but this one, Yaroon was the salty one here.
Yeah, like I was like, I mean, if you're calling it saltiest match, it only makes sense to award it to the one who was salty.
And here it comes. It has begun. It has arrived. Outspeeding.
You could probably turn it on hyper fast.
Oh no,
Nine
Ninetales comes back.
do
Not
it.
yet. Not yet.
Hyper fat.
No.
Ninetales
He's
comes
got to
back.
milk this for what it's worth. All right.
He missed the hypnosis.
You could do that for.
Aerial ace though. 2 hypnosis misses. Of course, it landed on me. Like, of course it did.
Oh, he missed so many hypnosises before he hit the one.
He missed 3 of them. That's bad.
No, he missed way more than 3.
This game would have been a lot different if he actually hit one. And I hate this.
I don't.
I voted for this Milotic for most hated mon because I hate it so much. I voted for this. I didn't vote for Buff Taddy, and I voted for this.
Yeah.
Kevin voted to hydrate again. Big grip. Oh no. See the pork tanking more damage, man. I'm telling you, ice sharding the sub, and there it goes.
It doesn't even break the sub.
And here comes Whimsicott, stun sporing through the sub, man. Dude.
Infiltrator. Sunspore.
That was
No,
all that
please.
was? I thought it did more than just hit 1 stun spore through a sub and got nominated for best tech. Hold on.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
it did
it.
more than that.
That was it.
To be fair, it did win him the game though.
It did.
Here it comes. Okay, we
Yeah,
don't.
but
1
that's
para,
pretty much it.
2 paras.
Is it weird that I'm getting salty just by watching this?
I know, that's why I voted for this, because it's the only
I
match
voted
that
for this one,
actually
too, I
got
think.
salty over for not even being a member.
I did vote for me
Imagine
and I voted for me and Sandy over me and Hylian though. That one makes me
See,
more
I
upset.
voted for Wade and Jack because that was my equivalent of this. That was the one that I genuinely got salty for, and I wasn't even part of that match.
You went a while without getting parried here. And there it is. And there's the sub. It's gone.
Yeah, that's the thing I have on the.
Oh no!
Lion, you're pure evil. No shit.
And
I
the
had,
roost
I was
up
really proud of the
5.
fact I was able to convert these into gifts for the slideshow.
Honestly, I'm very impressed.
It is
And then he had enough of them ready to
how
erect with it.
limiting Google Slides is. Some
he's
of the
back up
frame
to
rates
full.
are all over the place, but
Oh,
it's
I know.
whatever.
I know how
It does the
goofy
best it
Google
can.
Slides can be with gifts.
Wait, what item was this? Oh, it's lefties. Okay. Disgusting.
Yep.
Lion Boy, you
Background
should
of
be ashamed.
Australia is convicts. I mean, no, Lion Boy does have a point. Australia did originally start out as just a giant prison.
Yeah. And I
Historically
hate this thing.
speaking, the first migrants to Australia were literally just British prisoners.
You know,
who
I
were
could have called this a sweep. This could have been nominated for best sweep more than I think about it, but I chose not to because the one about Blaze is
would have
better.
been better judgment.
Okay, well, with that one,
There you go.
we are going to proceed into. Hold on, where's the? Oh, there it goes. All right, with that, the Emu War. Well, of course, the Emu War. With that, we'll proceed into our first team honoring here. We're gonna go to Kevin. We're gonna go to Kevin's thing. Kevin, hop and call, my man. Or unmute.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sadly, Kevin got debated and finished 10th overall, but gave us a lot of good times. He finished with Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Blastoise, Sableye, Vikavolt, Togetic, Furret, Megazard X, Latios, Crocodile, Galarian Moltres, and Poliwhirl, but many of his crucial team members actually didn't start out on the team. If we're going to move over here, you'll see he actually started with Raikou, Gardevoir, and Drifblim. But got Crook, Sableye, and Poliwhirl for them. 3 team members he basically brought every single week for 3 months. Basically everyone forgot he had. And
oh boy, did those mons put in work.
And he had Galarian, Slowbro, and Zardwy, and traded them for Blastoise and Charizard. Like, everything he drafted just didn't stay. Like, it was all gone.
Wait, Kevin had Galarian.
He had Galarian
Yeah.
Slowbro, yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
He gave it to Hylian, because Hylian really wanted it, so he gave it to him.
Yeah. And then I proceeded to stop using it because it just kept dying.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
That's funny.
I didn't really prepare many statements, because I'd be the one introducing teams and just doing whatever, so... Whoever
I don't
did
really have
prepare
anything to add for the sole fact of I made the spreadsheet, and that was pretty much not spreadsheet, the Google Slides. And that was
Yeah.
about it.
I have a few things.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank goodness.
I'm gonna look. You guys did most of the heavy lifting here. All right, I had to
Yeah.
do something to contribute.
Oh,
So
read
I'm
the
gonna
notes. Yeah, I
do-
know. I know, Limeboy.
So I'm gonna do these in the I'm gonna save each remark about the team for their
Yeah.
respective page.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna do Kevin's for this one.
Lionboy also has notes that I'll read on his behalf.
So, Kevin, there's only one statement that I can confidently say to describe your performance for the season. And that's that you entertained.
I agree.
You entertained. All right? Very few people can say
that's
that
a
they
big part.
used Vicious Rend on a Poliwhirl.
He metronomed that onto Poliwhirl.
Even fewer people can say that they used Metronome Waterfall Poliwhirl and had it work. Even fewer people than that can say that they strategically brought Anger Point Crocodile to deal with an Urshifu.
Poliwhirl still ended 2 and 6, and we love Poliwhirl. It's crazy.
And
So much.
even fewer people can say that they made this draft league an absolute nightmare because we allowed a freaking Furret. If there is one thing Kevin did, it was entertain.
Lionboy would
Let me
like
tell
to
you,
add.
I was on my seat from the very beginning.
Lionboy would like to add that the Specs Crocodile was also G. Anyone else that prepared statements? Just unmute. We'll just establish an order here. Like, I'm gonna go first. I'll read Lionboy's thing. If people have things that they prepared, then they just unmute after, and so on. If that's it though, then we'll just proceed. I don't know who prepared things and who didn't. I know Jeroen made his last year, so or last time.
No, I don't have any. Like I said, multitasking.
I mislead. Good day, but also not good day. Good night.
At least I also killed Buff Daddy.
You did.
Personal goal.
Didn't even show up versus me.
Yeah, Jeroen, you could say you just unmute. Even if it is improvised, just you got something, say it.
Kevin, my guy. What a season it was.
I know, right?
You waggled that finger harder than anyone else ever did. You waggled it 3 times a game, at bare minimum. And then you had like this gun-blazing crook. And then you swung me up with a hurricane. My man, you did well.
Oh no, Andrew said he's not going to be. Andrew saw he's not bit leader anymore. Uh-oh.
Also, stop stealing my house. It's
Oh
rude.
no, are you about to have a bit more in your stream too?
I hope so. All right,
Okay,
with
so
that.
you-
Oh,
Kevin, you know how to keep 4-4 time better than anyone I've ever met.
Consistency is key, as they say.
Exactly. Sometimes it might have been 5-7, but you know what? It happens. Sometimes you gotta fucking skip a step.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Andrew, would you?
Kevin, all I can say is I'm sorry Next season, I will not be a coward, and I will show up
Oh,
for
God.
a proper metronome battle.
That's asking a lot.
The 199 and then the Craigasm. That's better. Love that. Thank you, man. Thank you, big man. The big 200. Love that.
And then my mill tank turned out to be yellow.
I
Also,
forgot one thing.
since
My
we
only
are
regret,
on
Kevin?
my
Nope.
since we are on my team page,
Okay.
I'm actually gonna change my name and logo next season.
Oh.
Nice.
We gonna leave it a surprise, or you gonna drop it right now?
Please tell me it's the Copenhagen Crocodiles.
No, first boy. No, I have a good plan.
Actually,
I'd like to
no,
leave it a surprise.
Compton Crocodiles.
Kevin, my only regret is that Tyler robbed me of finishing with you.
Yeah.
The tie would have been poetic.
That would have been very poetic.
Actually, no. It would have gone to Spooks because Spooks won in the regular season, so there wouldn't have been a tie.
There would have been a tie in spirit.
There would have been a tie in spirit.
Yeah.
Be like that. Well, thank you, Kevin. Hope to see you later on in call. Obviously, if you win more rewards later on, you could pop in and we'll see you. So, with that, we will move on to a pretty contentious one here. We're gonna go to spiciest tech. Now, the people in
Well,
this
I was really
call,
proud of this one.
the people in call know that spiciest tech came down to the wire, and it was pretty interesting. I mean, I'll read out all the nominees, but the people know the four that we finished with: Anger Point Crocodile, Wish, Steel Beam, Jirachi, Kevin's many metronome attempts. We just lumped it into one tech. Ring Target Destiny Bond Gengar, which also had Hex for T-Spikes that Roserade put down, and it worked. Red Card, Weak Armor, Vanillix, Sash, Dazzling Gleam, Roserade, specifically for Komao, Weakness Policy, Regice, Room Service Victini, Endeavor Poliwhirl, Transform Mew, Sunny Day Spiritomb, Counter Snorlax, Sash, Endeavor Zera Aura, Chlorophyll Vileplume to bait in the Zard and Sweep, Quick Claw Ditto, Shell Smash Non-Mega Blastoise, Poliwhirl with Waterfall, and the item Metronome, Banded Rabombi, Ancient Power Tyranitar, Infiltrator Whimsicott, Damp Rock, Rain Dance, Surf, Sweet Slurpuff, say that 3 times fast, Baton Pass into Special Crocodile, and the Utility Umbrella Gyarados in the rain with Thunder and Hurricane, but it still hit all its moves. And of course, we're making our dish a little bit spicy. That's why we're on spiciest tech right now.
Hold on, question.
May or may not have an answer.
Whose Blastoise is it? Because both were non-mega.
That's Tyler's.
That's Tyler's.
All right.
Okay. So, for those that are in call, you know, or not, yeah, they're on call. You know that this came down to 4. Anger Point Crook, Wish Steel Beam Jirachi, the Ring Target Destiny Bond Gengar, and Quick Claw Ditto. And here's what I'm going to say. 2 of those had 6 votes after the initial voting, and 2 had 5. We could have put it to the original, or just the 2 6 that were tied, but we decided to also include the 2 5 votes because they're good, and we wanted to make it we wanted to make it a little bit more competitive since it wasn't as apparent which one was winning. The interesting thing that happened is when we went for the revote, the 2 techs that had 6 votes went down. They got less votes, and then the 2 techs with 5 votes went up, and actually the one of the ones with 5 votes was the one that won. So, we'll get Furt back in to set the drum roll off. And, without further ado, the winner of Spiciest Tech is Anger Point Crocodile. Congratulations, Kevin. Please get back in call because
Yay.
Crocodile won. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to scroll down the Spiciest Tech here. As you can see, Gengar and Ditto.
No, they get this. Let's go back for just a second so I can see the meme. I loaded up paint.net for like 15 minutes to get that to work.
Let him
That's
fly
my
in.
secret cap. I'm always angry.
the crazy thing, so Gengar and Ditto were actually leading with 6 votes each. I was happy because I was like, yes, Gengar's going to win. But then Ditto came and tied it at the end. And then Crook and Jirachi were with 5. So we're like, okay, we're going to put those together. Some things didn't get any votes, but there was a good spread here. And then once we did the revote, Gengar actually finished in last. And then Crook won with 1 vote over Jirachi and Ditto. So it just went to Crook. Crook got 1 more vote than it did the time before. So, there you go. I know Kevin doesn't mind one bit. Congrats, my dude.
I have to say thank you to my German neighbor when I lived in Germany when I was 5 years old. I don't remember the guy's name or face, but thank you.
That's it. There's no,
That's it.
There's nothing off of that. That's the whole thank you.
Yeah,
Just
that's thank you.
random dude with zero context.
I remember when this happened, though. When it hit it, I'm like, oh, man, he got my Wicked Blow crit. He
Now I
got
really
Anchor
hope-
Point. I'm like, shit. Wicked Blow crits every time. This man's a galaxy brain. What?
Now I really hope that he wins more awards so that he can just continue to thank random people from his past with zero context.
But it was probably one of the most memorable texts. I was partial to 2. What were you gonna say, Clay?
I was just gonna say now that the slideshow's over, I'm gonna post the different because I made several different images for the slideshow. I'm gonna post them in HDL for everyone.
I was partial to. I had 2 horses in that race too, since I was the one that basically like when me and Jack were in call building that week. I kind of made Wish Steel Beam Jirachi. Like I started the set. I got the ball rolling on that one, so I had
Honestly,
that
I'm
and
a
my
little bit-
Gengar.
Honestly, I'm honestly both happy that Quick Claw Ditto got as many votes as it did, and I'm a little bit upset that it didn't win. But at the same time, it was such a tough call because Anchor Point Crook was so good.
Yep. That's why we had at least 2 votes for the last one, and we spread out so many votes for the best tech beforehand. But I think Crook would win. This is the one I think that got the biggest reaction when it happened. So
Oh yeah.
it does make sense that Crook eventually came back. When I was surprised that Crook actually didn't run away with it at the beginning. But that's just how it be. So with that, we'll move on to Spooks. Of the Macklemore Picos, who finished with Tapu Fini, Celebi, Nidoqueen, Druddigon, Electivire, Calyrex, Mega Gardevoir, Galarian Zapdos, Colossal, Umbreon, and Alucha. What's good, Spooks? You know, oh man, he's alive.
One dream this season, and it was to baton pass a bunch of stats into my Calyrex and sweep somebody.
And then you
No
never did
one
it.
let me get off. Everyone ran U-turn on every mon possible, and I had no fun.
So, the best bit about this, I would like to give a moment because I didn't notice this in my notes. Believe it or not, when he means he had this strat from the beginning, he means it. He had this planned before the draft even started. If I go back to my DMs, November 20th, 2020, these are the 2 things that we're going to do that were going to make the magic happen. He quite literally was planning to do defensive Celebi with Ancient Power, Baton Pass, Curse, and Recover, and the whole plan was literally get boosts with Ancient Power, then Curse to lower his speed to neutral so that he was then allowed to Baton Pass into Calyrex, and then just start sweeping.
It was a fucking pollen puff Calyrex.
Yeah,
It was
this
so
Calyrex-
funny.
Yeah, this Calyrex had Psychic, Giga Drain, Pollen Puff, and Draining Kiss.
Did you ever bring them both in the same week?
Yes, like 5 times. Everyone ran U-turn because
Well-
it was U-turn meta this season.
Well, they're both weak to U-turn, and no one
Exactly.
wanted to be the one that lost to that sweep. You only brought Calyrex against me. You only brought Calyrex against Rune.
I mean,
Only-
if it's any consolation, you
only
made
Calyrex that
those
week.
you made the last half of our battle with that Umbreon in absolute hell.
Only Calyrex or only Celebi here. Only Celebi there. You brought Calyrex Celebi against Sandy, and that was you only brought Calyrex Celebi 1 week
Well.
against Sandy.
And
That was
guess,
it.
And guess what he ran?
U-turn.
Yeah.
He has Cinderace and
So,
Durant.
Hey, guess what you ran?
U-turn.
When I brought my yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. I only ran Volt Switch.
Guess what Tyler ran?
U-turn.
U-turn.
Yeah. Guess what I'm fucking done with?
U-turn.
U-turn.
No, Incinerate.
Oh. Week to U-turn. Week to U-turn. Week to U-turn.
In my
U-turn.
notes,
Week to
in my notes, I
U-turn.
have one thing to say and one thing only. He did say "Come here, boy."
I did.
Might not always work, but he did say it.
He did say Gumir.
Those
Lion
words came
Boy.
out of my mouth.
Lime Boy would like to say, had a very well-rounded team and a lot of power. Thank you, Lime Boy.
Yep, well-rounded.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yep.
have only one thing to say. Before the draft started, me and Spooks were talking about, what are we gonna draft? We both wanted an Urshifu. So when Wade took one Urshifu, I kinda had to take the other one.
I don't know why Spooks didn't take it in the first round.
And once I'd gotten it to do what I wanted to do, flinch with searching strikes, I actually offered Spooks to trade, and he
Ooh.
just ignored me.
Is this true, Spooks?
Yeah. I didn't want it. It's a mon that can run U-turn. You think I want that thing?
See, I don't know if this wants me to make. Well, I mean, makes me want to run U-turn against Spooks more or less. I don't know what it's.
Oh, don't worry. I'm running
feel like
all
it kind of
Steel
wants to
Rocky Helmet mons next season. Fuck
I
you.
think it kind of what it makes me run a U-turn at all, because I didn't run a U-turn at all this entire season. I only ran Volt Switch.
I didn't run knockoff at all. I realized like halfway through the season, the only mon that gets knockoff on my team was Gengar. I'm like, wait, I can't do the thing I did only last season.
I'm done. I'm running Prankster, Imprison, Knockoff, and U-turn.
Jeez.
I'm done.
Oh, are you gonna say Yaroon? I believe Yaroon had something.
Yes. Okay. Spokes. I'm just gonna say one thing. I just prepared literally just a glass of like, what did I actually grab? Some Fanta with what did I get? Wait, hold on. Bacardi. Just to say, I'll drink to that, mate. To whatever it is. To your team. And yes, I
Fuck,
actually
now I
did.
want to go grab a beer.
And yes, I actually did that. I was gonna grab something else, but like 50% is not for tonight.
Not tonight.
But now I want to get drunk during an award show.
I'll serve her meet
Champagne
you.
for
It's
everyone.
great.
I'm pretty sure I have a cider in the fridge.
Champagne.
I think I have a beer in the fridge, but it's like one of the, like, I hated the beer, and so I don't want to drink that because it was disgusting. Because it was like a terrible off-brand.
Oh yeah, I could just get fucking Uber Eats to get me fucking.
You're gonna
beer.
Uber
Hell
Eats
yeah.
to get a beer?
Hell yeah, dude. No,
So,
I'd Uber Eats to get Kraken. The fuck?
if there's
I'll
one
drink to that.
thing that has not been said this entire conversation, it's that you got robbed from Spiciest Tech with Bubblebee Nidoqueen.
Sheer
You know
force
what?
Bumblebee.
Bubblebee
man.
Nidoqueen that
You
did
made a compelling argument.
15%. There's a lot of spiciest texts we could have put on there, but they just didn't work. So we only put ones on there that worked.
I mean, it almost worked.
Right, but almost isn't definitively it worked.
I'm pretty sure that's the strongest water move Nidoqueen gets that's boosted by sheer force.
Surf would like to know your location.
Surf
That's
doesn't
not
get
boosted by
boosted
sheer force.
Not boosted.
Would Surf still do more damage even if Bubble Beam's boosted by Sheer Force?
But then it would
Yes.
take Life Orb damage.
Moving on. We are now in most despised Pokemon. So I'm just gonna throw out the nominees. I mean, we all know where this one went. Buzzwole, Milotic, Miltank, Clefable, Zygarde, Ditto, Umbreon, Mega Slowbro, Suicune, Jirachi, Volcanion, and Furt. We all know how this one ended. It was, to no one's surprise, a 1v1 deadlock between Buff Daddy and Suicune. Now here's what I'm gonna do. So, for those of you that like to fuck around with your channel points, we're gonna put outcome 1 as Buzzwole. And I'm gonna hydrate, I guess. And we're gonna put outcome 2 as Suicune. And I'm going to start the prediction. Alright? Bet. You have 1 minute to decide who you think won. Do you think Buzzwole won or do you think Suicune won? It ended up in... They tied. I think they both tied with 6 votes. So, what we're going to do, you're going to vote. The vote is on. Most despised is...
Mods can't participate in predictions. I'm pissed.
They can't?
Nope.
I didn't know that.
Presumably in order to avoid raking, which I totally did.
I was literally about to say I was purposely not gonna vote.
Yeah, you
because I
two
the
both
outcome
know.
of this.
You two both know.
Of course we know.
There's 610 quag points on Buzzwole right now.
Wait.
Yeah?
It says this prediction is not available to viewers in your region.
If no one votes for Suicune, then the Buzzwole people don't get any money.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it is. Because it's just a 1-to-1 payout. Because no one voted for Suicune. Just the people that voted for Buzzwole now, if it's not Buzzwole, you just lose your money. It's just gone. And you wouldn't get anything back. But we're just going to get the drum roll off, and it's a good thing, because it's Buzzwole fucking won. Like, come on now. No one liked the fucking Buzzwole. Like, let's be
People
real
voted
here.
it, and then it just hated it afterwards.
Hang on, I got it.
Well, you see,
I
my
paid
mother
up.
always
just
told me.
completed it. I just completed it.
My mother
I
always
got
told me
it.
always bet on black, but I translate that as giant fucking mosquitoes that ruined the entire season at times.
That's a very, very weird translation.
Sadly, Lion Boy is not here to accept the dishonor. He's basically gotten 2 dishonors at this point. He doesn't get to receive the Saltiest award, and then he's the reason of most despised. That I would still count that as an award, HDL award winner role qualification, but
No, he's getting an award role
Yeah.
only because most despised.
yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the stats as usual. Most despised, as you could see, Buff Daddy and Suicune were out in front. Miltank was following close behind with 4. However, we just wanted to leave it up to Suicune and Buff Daddy. There wasn't more to make it worth another vote. Jirachi got 0 votes. Umbreon got 0 votes. Slowbro got no votes. Clefable got, it was pretty clear it was just this one or this one. We probably should have made it vote for 3 instead of vote for 2, but there you go. Everyone just doesn't like Miltank. I'm sorry. It's out of my hands. These are the other people that voted, not me. And then it was a clean 6-4 win in Buff Daddy's favor when it went down to the revote. It was 5-4 going into the last person to vote, and the last person was Lion Boy. So he voted for Buff Daddy because self-votes were allowed. So Buff Daddy won. Close, but Buff Daddy won. So with that, we will move in to the next team. Jack of the Boston Bidoofs finished the season with Jirachi, Alolan Ninetales, Arctozolt, Salazzle, Spiritomb, Excelgor, Megaseptile, Zygarde, Victini, Gyarados, and Snorlax. Had a decent clinch scenario in the final week. It didn't fall through. Island and Clay both won their games, so did not fall through, but pretty good season overall still. Join call, my man. Okay, you're in. You are in.
I'm here.
You are here.
Hello.
Just one free agency transaction as well. Salazzle for Toxic
Only
Croak
one.
in week 8.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the team that I had drafted. Like,
Yeah, I remember you worked on it for a while.
As you know, I was working on that for a considerable amount of time. I
Yeah.
wanted to draft every single type possible.
Yep.
And
It's-
like
I'm
the
going to be-
lowest amount of repeats as I could.
Yeah.
Like the only
The only
one
repeat,
of the only ones is Victini and Jirachi, and that's
Yeah.
only because Victini was still there. I
and
was just like,
then
I mean, why not?
Sceptile and
So I put that-
Zygarde.
And then
But that's
Sceptile
just
and
when
Zygarde. And then
Sceptile
Zygarde
Mega
was
Burst.
also he's still there. Why not?
Yeah.
Fun fact, actually, two of my mons that I was planning to draft like pretty hard got sniped for me also pretty hard. Those being Mega Aerodactyl and Double, who I believe were both drafted by Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy took both of them.
Yeah, he sniped me twice in the same one, which I thought was funny. I was
So,
in the beginning. All right, obviously I ran Hail most of the season because Arctazol, Second Coming, Prophecy, all that. But my initial plan was to run that, but also get Pelipper and Seismitoad.
I forgot about that.
And just have like that dual weather every week. Like I could bring either one of those at any time.
I forgot.
That was my plan, and I just wanted.
And then we almost had
cause chaos.
all 4 weathers week 10, but you killed my fucking Flygon before I could click Sandstorm.
Yeah, I had Sandstorm on something else too. I forget
Snorlax.
what I brought that had it, but it was Snorlax. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. This was a much better season than last season. I went positive, but I went positive technically.
Yeah.
If
So
we're
there's a
if we're
lot of
counting all the
things.
technicalities.
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I could have highlighted in my summary here.
Mm-hmm.
I could have talked about how Jack was easily the most surprising person in this league for me. If you had told me at the beginning of this week that Jack would have been able to even have a chance of making playoffs, I would have called you crazy. Just based off of his performance last season.
Last season was just scuffed.
Season.
I
was
could have
this season
acknowledged-
Junior.
I could have acknowledged the final game of Victini. Why you had to do me like that, man?
I had to do that at the request of some of my peers. Okay.
I'm gonna find
I
out
was-
who
requested.
requested you to do that. And I'm going
that
to kill them.
is
Classified.
client confidentiality.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Gotta keep
Actually,
the client secret.
So
I could talk about how you, despite playing your mind out, still found ways to create just the most absolute scuffed sets, and they still worked.
I actually accumulated a small list of some of these scuff sets. If you want me to read them off.
But there's
I'll
one
listen to
thing
the
in
list.
particular that it would have been criminal for me to not mention.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is the fact that you actually claimed souls with this Arctazult.
10
A
of them.
lot.
10 of them.
This
A lot.
Arctazult has 10 kills. If you go to the MVP table real quick. Go to the MVP table for me real quick.
I forget where it finished because it kind of fell off after 1 week, but it finished 6th. Not bad.
Yeah, this Arctazult is in the top 10 most valuable Pokemon.
Was at
And
one
for
point
a
in the top
while,
3.
it got
Yeah.
as far as top 3. This Arctazult was a monster. Quite frankly,
A force to be
it-
reckoned with.
it would have been absolutely criminal if I had not brought this up. I'm actually terrified of Arctazult now.
Yeah, he's
Straight
scary.
up.
Most direct kills. Oh wait, most direct
The
deaths.
thing
actually.
that
Yeah,
terrifies me the most
It has the
is
most.
that,
It has the most
Most
deaths.
direct deaths. Yes.
the thing that terrifies me the most is that you didn't even bring Bulbig Arctazult at all since week 1. These
And
were
that-
all
that does more
unorthodox
damage if you
Arctazult
move
sets,
Furts.
And they worked.
Yep. Didn't even need it. Didn't even need it.
He didn't even use the biggest move at its disposal, and he still claimed souls with it.
Blizzard's right there. All
It's
I'm
just
saying.
terrifying. It's
Stop.
just terrifying.
Oh
But
wait,
this-
Kevin's saying I brought Bulkbeak like 2 to 3 times. I thought that was a.
Kevin did
I
check
assumed that I
all the
brought it more than
replays.
once.
He did
I
check all the
assumed that I
replays.
brought it more than once because I knew Boltbeak did the Boltbeak thing.
First person to kill the menace of the Buff Daddy, and he loved the slush
Damn
rush.
straight.
Thank you, Lion
Damn
Boy.
straight.
No,
Thank you,
no.
Lion Boy.
We're not nicknamed yet. We're still chilling.
So,
What's this list?
one of my favorite parts of this is just being able to make the weirdest shit, because I've never been a part of this community. I joined like into this Discord like a year ago, whenever the season 1 started.
Yeah, basically.
I haven't like been doing this for a while. I've been doing this basically since then. So I don't know what is supposed to be done with the most.
Yeah, you
mods,
don't
even to
have
this day.
you don't have standard competitive. This is what sets
Yeah,
go
I-
on certain things.
No, but so that being said, I would like to read off a list of some of the things I came up with that are probably not actually useful at all in any way, shape, or form if you actually want to win things.
I'd love to hear it.
Special Snorlax. Triple Axle Ninetales Alola. Alola Ninetales.
Yep. I
Final
remember
game
that.
of Victini, as said before.
Hey, that one actually put in work.
It killed my least favorite mon on your team. Or second least favorite. I don't know, it's just tied. Obviously, Wish Steel Beam Jirachi.
Welcome.
Life Orb as well, by the way. That was an equal effort. Come on, I pointed out Steel Beam. I was like, hey.
I was like, you point at
Like,
the steel
then
beam.
you-
I'm like,
it-
wish.
You told me to like check if it has Wish.
I'm like, check if that. You're like, it doesn't. I'm like, ha ha ha. You click wish, then you click steel beam, then you get your health back.
And then it just kills anything. Just kills anything.
It's gone.
Yep. Room Service Excelgor
We never got to
And-
use that one.
and Physical Excelgor.
Didn't that room surface Excelgor also have curse?
Yes.
It was an Excelgor
had-
trying to
it
go
had
as slow as
curse,
possible.
And then like B-pass into something else.
So
I was just planning to B-pass it the whole season with double as well, but that obviously didn't work out.
Speaking
There
of
was
which,
power-
that's my one regret is that our match ended up being a DQ on my end. For not
Yeah.
understanding baton pass rule.
It's cool. I'll take the win. I was gonna lose most likely anyway. But anyway, speaking of that week, I also brought Power Herb Bounce Gyarados that I wasn't able to use. I forget what I brought that for, but
I had some flying weak
I
mons.
brought it for a reason. And funny. And the surprisingly good and actually like competitively viable counter Snorlax.
it works. You ladder
It
with
works
that.
surprisingly well. I have laddered with the counter Snorlax set, and it works.
It
way
does.
too well than
It
it
does
should,
work.
or way better than it should.
It's great.
Yeah, so that's the whole list. Second coming for most hype mon. Thank you. Hopefully I see you later in the stream.
Hopefully. Well, like that, he's gone. This mysterious says he enters, he leaves. We'll just move straight into best nickname. Lot of nominees for this one. So we'll just get right into it. There was an outright winner for this one. We're gonna start with Robocrop, the Ferrothorn, Albino Namekian Dog, Zydoge, Elf Practice, the Tapu Lele, Wade Remembers, the Vileplume. Vileplume had a lot of different nicknames, akin to
I began
Giflord.
to feel like there might be a little bit of bias
What?
in these awards.
No.
In 2 games.
I don't know, man.
It's because you have duplicate mons from last season with the same nickname.
Yeah. Aquafresh, the Shiny Zygarde. Actually, Yeroon named that one, so we probably should have just given it to Yeroon because he made Jack Set that week, and it was, I don't know. Ouija Board Buggin, the Spiritomb, Jet Fuel, the Jirachi, Safety Bird Yago, the Archeops, Buff Daddy, the Buzzwole, Baby Fetus, the Mew, Pork, the Piloswine, I Said Gumir, the Galarian Zapdos, Skinner, the Suicune, Expired Turkey, the Galarian Moltres, Boiling, the Volcanion, Rossetti, the Excadrill, Akinator, the Tornadus, Blair, the Slurpuff, Delilah, the Rillaboom, Skadoosh, the Urshifu Single Strike, March 31st, 2019, the Gengar, and Del Monte, the Jolteon. And how you doing for it? The winner of Best Nickname is, the known surprise, Robocrop, the Ferrothorn. We were hesitant to put it in the list at the beginning, but since he didn't have Robocrop last season, It made sense. It's still a new nickname for the season on Amon, so we put it in. And it won by 1 vote. I'm pretty sure it was 1 vote. Yep, it won by 1 vote. Robocrop got 6, and Elf Practice and Akinator were tied for second with 5. So Robocrop won with a single vote. But nonetheless, Hylian, congrats. Robocrop is out here for best nickname.
I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank my mom for giving me life. My dad for being non-existent. I'd like to thank you know the little guys, right? All those little Pharisees, you know. One day they're gonna be fantastic members of plant law enforcement. All right. So you know what? I think I'd like to. This one really goes out to the future generation. All right, to all the little Pharisees in the back. All right. You know what? You guys are gonna put in work one day. You guys are the future of this country. And I know you'll do RoboCrop proud. Thank you.
Well, you don't have to leave because we're on to you after that. Finish the season with Ferrothorn, Salamence, Galarian Weezing, Zygarde 10%, which finished second in MVP, Regice, Swoobat, Mega Charizard Y, Clefable, Galarian Slowbro, Rotom Wash, and Golurk. A trade.
I to leave. I wouldn't have left at all. I wanted to coke. What the fuck are you on about?
You actually drafted Blastoise. Trade it for Galarian Slowbro week 2 with Kevin. You also
that's
drafted
a funny-
Zardex again.
Yeah.
Trade it for Kevin.
So there was a lot of things that I wanted to draft early on that I couldn't get a hold of because I kept getting sniped.
Oh, I forgot you had
believe it or-
Blaziken too.
Yeah.
Jeez. And
believe it or
Wailord.
not-
I forgot about Wailord.
So believe it or not, a Blaziken without speed boost is pretty much useless.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's almost like, you know, it's almost like I kind of knew that and, you know, was campaigning for it to be allowed, but you know what, that's in the past. There's a lot of things that I wanted to get a hold of, but I couldn't. Believe it or not, being first in the draft order is actually pretty disadvantageous. I don't think I like it.
Well, it's pretty disadvantageous when you pick Salamence.
I mean, I picked that only because I knew if I didn't, Spooks would have.
Yeah. Could have had, like, Latios.
There was a lot of things I was going to...
Urshifu.
There's a lot of things I was going to pick that I didn't get a hold of.
Didn't end up mattering that much. Because you had Zygarde that did that, and Charizard that did that.
I originally wanted to draft Zard Y, but obviously did not get a hold of it. Then there was like 5 other Megas that sniped from me before I got my Mega, and so I finally got Zard X, and then through some... I still don't know whether or not it was out of pity or not. I'm going to assume it's pity. Kevin agreed to trade 1-for-1 for it. If there's one thing that I've learned out of this, is that I hate speed tiers.
Yep. Your team is very whack when it comes to speed.
I'm tired of being outsped, which is why don't be surprised since it's Natdex next season. Do not be surprised when I just draft a shit ton of fast mons because I'm tired of being speed crept. My biggest regret, really, I've got 2 biggest regrets. One, Slowbro never really got to do anything funny because every time I actually brought a funny set with it, it died.
Rotom didn't do many Rotom things compared to last season.
Rotom actually was still pretty helpful.
And poor Golurk.
Like Rotom did a yeah, that's my second regret is that Golurk pretty much did nothing.
Well, you only brought it once.
So my plan for Golurk was literally going to be brought as sort of just a rudimentary Trick Room counter and that sort of thing. Then nobody ran Trick Room. And then on top of that, it was just a combination of that, the fact that, No Guard made it very much a sitting duck for a lot of teams. And there was the matter of, everything that I really wanted to do with Golurk. One of my other mons could do better. So, it just sort of took the back burner So, Golurk, I'm sorry. I really did not do you justice. Uh-huh.
Understandable. Lion Boy said how he was aware of your team's power, but he's also grateful for you letting him join the league.
Way to just suck it up to the boss, man.
So what you're telling me is you told Golurk to go lurk.
Yes.
Anyway, here's Wonderball.
I'll let it slide this time.
Anyways, what I wanted to say was your team honestly remained very similar to last season.
Yeah, it
but
gave
at the
off the
same time-
exact same vibes as last season.
But at the same time, there was a completely different air to it. Like, we know that there were different vibes amongst the entire season, and by the end, you honestly played a lot more relaxed than you did all of the season before. And I honestly think you were having more fun towards the end of the season. Maybe because there was less stress, I don't know. But it looked like you were having more fun, which you kind of
That
needed after the
hurt.
hell this season went through. So, whatever you've channeled at the end of the season, just pick it up, take it into next season, and we'll have a lot more fun.
Eileen, I'm expecting a full-fledged meme battle next season.
You know what? You got it, man. I'll have to consult the Eldritch Dark Lord that I made a blood pact with.
Excellent.
Hey,
Someone clip it.
I'm right here. You don't got to embarrass me like that.
You know what? I wasn't gonna single yourself out. You're ratting yourself out on that one.
There's just a Hylian team. It's just the Hylian team. I don't know if it's just Rotom Wash being there with Charizard that just makes it look like a Hylian team, but I don't know.
Just the Mons are similar in what they do and also not similar.
I don't know.
I also feel like there's
Again,
for better
it's
or for
also another
worse.
thing of you really need to draft more Mons that could go higher than base 100% too.
Yeah.
Because that's why the speed series is so bad for you.
I had that problem
My
last season.
mentality going into this season was more or less, bulky offense really worked for me last season, and so I was more or less in the mindset of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I'm still gonna try to spice things up a little bit. Obviously, I didn't make playoffs this year, so I think it's safe to say that this time it broke. So yeah, I guess it's just hyper offense next season, which honestly I prefer hyper offense.
As do I.
Always just I was a little hesitant about a hyper offense in draft because it's not always like, generally speaking, the more balanced teams tend to do better in draft formats.
Yeah, don't worry. I've done it the last 2 seasons, and it's been pretty dicey.
But you know what? I've decided at this point that I have more fun with hyper offense teams, and so that's just what I'm gonna do. All right, I don't care about winning. I want to have fun.
Fair enough. This is at the end of the day fun and entertainment, so might as well send it. Kevin says, I don't want it. I think when I fight, you gotta use your Ultra Instinct if it only activates once per season. Yep. No one wants to fight Kevin last week of the season. But with that, we'll move on to our next award, Best Sweep. Now, the qualifications that I had for Best Sweep, there were a couple situations where a Mon would get 4 or 5 kills in the middle or the beginning of the game, but it didn't end the game. I wanted to do things that ended the game. Got a boost, something happened, bad RNG on someone else's part, something happened, and they got 3, 4, or 5 kills, and the game just ended. They just stayed in, and they didn't leave, and then the game ended. No Mon got a 6-kill sweep this season, which was
Honestly,
interesting.
Thank God.
But a couple Mons got 5-kill sweeps. I have them listed, and when someone forfeited while they were sweeping.
Looking at you, big scrimp from season 1.
But we will proceed. Week 2, T-Tar got an Ancient Power boost and proceeded to sweep Hylian. Buff Daddy scared the children week 2 against Blaze. It literally just came in and didn't leave. It kind of did that against your Rune too, but it did that in greater fashion against Blaze, so I put that one there instead. Zard Y also disrespected Blaze. Had a really good roll, living something, lived on 3%, was in the sun, and just...
Why does everyone keep saying that's a roll? It was not a roll.
It wasn't a roll?
No, I literally built that thing to live it.
Okay, well, Still swept it. Akinator, Tornadus swept with a single agility. That's all it needed. Just a single agility, switched moves to, it was just faster, and just won. Lele told Sandy he was late to elf practice week 3. A single Calm Mind swept him. The Second Coming fulfilled the prophecy week 4 against Spooks. Well, there wasn't a Blair sweep. Blair only got 3 kills week 1, and it was spread out during the game, actually. It was weird. The Slurpuff sweep was last season.
Yeah, I didn't replicate a Slurpuff sweep.
He almost did it against me. He calm-minded Slurpuff against me, and it actually killed stuff. But
He almost got it off against Blaze.
almost. Arctozolt fulfilled the prophecy. 5 kills against Spooks week 4. He just got the stand up, and Arctozolt did work. Alduin learned ballet week 5 against Kevin. 1 D-dance. That was all she wrote. Officer Steelwool made a citizen's arrest week 7 against Hylian. Got 5 kills and a forfeit because Hylian, my man, I don't know what you were thinking, bro. You brought 5 mons. Weak
I
to
don't wanna talk
Cobalion
about
steps.
it. I don't want to talk about it.
I saw what
All right,
happened.
You don't want to talk about week 11. I don't want to talk about this. All
Okay,
right?
that's fair enough. Jacklet Metagross set up week 9. It only got 3 kills, but I don't know. It was funny. Caretaker got the boost it needed week 9 against Sandy. Got, I think, 1 Diamond Storm boost and speed, I believe. I'm forgetting Kevin's sweep. The sweep that there almost was. If that crook swept, it would have won. But it didn't.
If Kevin had gotten rid of those T-spikes, he would have won.
It did.
It was the toxic that did him in.
It was. Giflor's Day of Reckoning, week 10 against Hylian. Vileplume baited the Zardin, and then that was it. So,
One of these
Bert
days, I'll
has
remember
come in.
chlorophyll was a thing.
But I think this was by 2 votes. There were 2 very clear favorites in this race, but at the end, the one that came out on top, the winner of Best Sweep, Giflor's Day of Reckoning. Congrats to Tyler and to Vileplume, as you get to watch a Vileplume kill a Ferrothorn, a Charizard Y, Salamence, Rotom, and Regice.
Award show.
It's not bias, it's just the votes.
I'm beginning to feel like the host of this award show might have some sort of innate bias towards Vileplumes.
No.
People have spoken.
I feel like the host only had 1 vote.
No. I had 2.
The host might have bribed people.
Yeah, like look at the thing. There's
I voted for
like,
Arctozolt, too.
Margin.
It wasn't even close. Arctozolt and Vileplume were extremely clear favorites.
Only had 1 and 0.
Yeah, and 2. T-Tar got 2 votes. What happened was 4 people. There were 4 people that voted for Vileplume and Arctozolt. That was the most common response. There were 4 votes of people that voted in combo, Vileplume, Arctozolt. But Vileplume got more votes when someone also didn't vote for Arctozolt. That's just when it ended up happening. Vileplume just ended up on top. It baited Zardin, used the chlorophyll, and then that was kind of it.
There's a lot more behind the scenes to this one, actually. First of all, this was me and Hylian's jank meme battle that we were both in call at the time. And what
I forgot about that.
Yeah, our play was we were telling each other our moves every turn, but we would just lie to each other constantly. And what happened was that Ferrothorn had Gyro Ball and was at +2, -2, and definitely would have obliterated Vileplume because I only had some HP investment.
The one time I was gullible.
I convinced him to switch out. I didn't know if he was going to go to Salamence or Zard, so I just kind of had to Drain Punch anyways. But he went Zard, and then I'm like, so this is going to work, right? This is going to work? I had to run Double Edge because Body Slam didn't OHKO at +4.
Yep.
But
and then you get the health back with Drain Punch anyway, so that makes sense.
It was a combination of me being gullible and also forgetting that chlorophyll exists.
It all started about 2 weeks before the fight against Hylian. When I messaged Wade, I'm like, so you remember that Vileplume said I tried to sweep you with? What if I did it again, but with speed?
I was like, I forget what I said, but I approved. Because I remember you tried to sweep me with Swords Dance Vileplume, or you clicked Swords Dance on Vileplume once, and I just kind of shut it down, like, instantly. But I
would not have brought Vileplume in a normal match. I literally only brought it because it's Giflor.
Mm-hmm. But I was like,
so,
yeah. I don't know. And then you said, I'm like, you know what? Go for it. And because I knew about chlorophyll, Zard had sun. I'm like, that's where you just send it because it's going to get the speed boost out of the sun. But the weird thing is, Vileplume is a special. Vileplume doesn't sweep physically. That's also the weird part. Vileplume
Base
is a
80 attack,
special.
my guy. Base 80 attack.
It's got higher special attack, doesn't it? It's got like
Yeah.
base 100, 110.
That and it doesn't get poison jab, which is extremely depressing.
Yeah. What?
So I have
Yeah.
to make do with normal grass fighting because it gets drain punch for no reason.
I remember sitting with Tyler in DMs the day before and discussing how the only thing that could stop Vileplume was fully offensive Ferrothorn, but then Sun came up.
We didn't exactly expect fully offensive Ferrothorn. I was kind of expecting Spike Spam, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay in and win anyways.
You do have Drain Punch. So.
But he could have very easily OHKO'd me with Gyro Ball.
Well, nonetheless, it did work. And Hylian now hates the Sun and Ice Beam. So.
Long story short, this season was basically what Mon can I get to sweep a team with? Because I think I either had a sweep or a near sweep with like 5 different Mons.
Yep.
Anyways, back to Clay.
Moving on the Clay.
Oh, me, yeah. Fun.
Carolina Muse finished with Rillaboom, Incineroar, Cobalion, Mantine, Hitmontop, Appleton, Snom, Zapdos, Mamoswine, Slurpuff, and Uxie. We don't talk about how controversial the Rillaboom change ended up being, but interesting switch later on the season. That has very much paid off. Rillaboom has put in work in, 3 weeks?
I brought it every week that it's...
It's got 5 kills in 3 weeks. Like,
It just worked with my team.
Rillaboom's kind of scary, man.
I like Ditto, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed my time with Ditto this season, but it didn't fit my play style.
I mean, week 2, you got rid of Regieleki for Zapdos, which ended up being a good decision because Zapdos has put in work.
Oh my god, that was the best decision I've ever made.
You got rid of Entei for Incineroar. Incineroar's put in work as well. You also had
It was a
Torracat
really good
last time.
Intimidator.
And then you got rid of Ditto for Rillaboom.
Yeah.
And Rillaboom's put in work as well. Ditto just wasn't really working.
Yeah. I just, like I said, it was kind of a combination of, it just didn't really work. I obviously have Snom, and Snom
Yeah.
is literally the random button.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between...
And also, Sandy is punching
getting
the air right
presented-
now.
Sorry?
Sandy is also punching the air right now for giving you Cobalion. Like, Cobalion has done so much work.
Oh, yeah, no, that was like... Oh, that too was amazing. I don't even know how I could finish.
I was in call when
He's
that
already brought
happened.
the Durant once.
Yeah. He just
It
hasn't
was
brought
against
it.
me, funny enough.
He just hasn't brought it. It was.
He hasn't brought it, and I made work against Cobalion, and I...
You just kind of stole him. I was like, what?
I didn't steal him. I literally asked him for the trade, and he said, "You know what? Sure, I don't have a bug type yet," or something like that.
I was like, okay. You're giving the guy
So,
Cobalion
at
that
that
knows how to
point,
use
it's like-
Cobalion.
At that point, it's like, okay, fine, you could take my Durant. I'll just have Cobalion then. And it has been marvelous. I love Cobalion. Cobalion is just such a diverse mon.
He does so much.
A mon that I have fallen in love with, both on two sides, offensively and one offensively purposes and 2 defensively. Mantine and Slurpuff.
Mantine's again. I am the only person that has killed your Mantine. You have brought Mantine to 5 games, and it has died
Yep.
once.
It has only died the one time.
It has died once.
No, Mantine is so good. It's like a more bulky Pelipper, but
Yep.
it has actually more support moves, and it just works
Mhm.
way better for me. It gets U-turn. Sorry, Spooks. Then again, half my team gets U-turn. Yeah, the only really regrets I have with my team choice is Uxie didn't get to do enough as I wanted it to. I wanted to do some fun little shenanigans with that, but that never happened.
Mhm.
And funny enough, I'm about to say something. I actually regret the Hitmontop.
Yeah, you only brought it. You didn't bring it that way.
It didn't work as well as I thought it would, in contrast to my other team, especially when I dropped Entei for Incineroar.
Mhm.
Because Incineroar just basically did the Intimidate check.
Yeah.
It was Hitmontop provided a fighting type coverage, which at that point I got Cobalion, so I didn't
Yeah.
need that anymore either.
But at that point, you were out of drops, so you just were kind of stuck
so
with
there's
Hitmontop.
no point in that. But it's just one of those things where it's like, because I picked up Kabalion and also just of adapting with the team, I never really got to use him on top the way I wanted to.
Well, you did
Snom
qualify.
has been a constant letdown.
Yep. So that actually about that. My only notes here were it was just a simple question. So about that Snom.
Do you really want Snom again next year? The next question.
Yes, actually, that was.
I mean, yeah, it's Snom, it's our Lord and Savior. And plus, since we're going over the neck decks, that means we have access to Mega Ampharos. I think there's
Oh no, we're not allowing that on Snom.
We're not?
Why would we not?
Joking.
You don't joke in front of the Lord and Savior.
I think you could joke.
He'll Dynamax Mirror Coat you.
That's
Shh.
exactly why I don't want it.
Shh. Imagine the SpongeBob meme where Squidward looks through the blinders and sees everyone else having fun except Squidward is really Reggie Lecky.
Oh yeah, Reggie Lucky was a thing. I hated.
You gotta
I thought it
kill.
would be a really cool, fast, diverse electric type. It's not diverse at all.
It just has electric
It's
moves and
because you
screens.
literally sniped that from me at the last possible second, and then you immediately dropped it afterward.
You could have picked it up.
You could have picked it up.
It was too late. I didn't have enough points at that time.
To be fair, he didn't pick it up to snipe you. He picked it up to snipe Blaze.
Blaze's team was
Picked it
looking
up
kind of
like a
scary in the
hell-
rain.
That is true. I actually did do that because of the whole the tier 1 shenanigans things that happened.
Yeah.
I picked Reggie Lucky so that way Blaze couldn't get basically rain.exe like OU running the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just give Blaze a rain team and Coco Lecky.
I just couldn't let that happen. So when it came around, I
I saw
took
that
it from them.
Jerome in your notes.
I took it from them, but
I didn't. Know that.
it's-
Those are
this
Lion
is-
Boys notes.
it just didn't really work. I'm surprised no one has brought up the Appleton.
I did. I mean, you only brought it once.
The Appleton's not real.
It didn't do
People
anything.
sleep on Appleton.
It's Schrodinger's Appleton.
I was considering Appleton for a long time before I ended up picking up Mega Sceptile.
See, that's Appleton puts in so much work. It just the right.
Jack, you should have went with
circumstances.
Flapple instead of.
Surprisingly
Actually, no. Flapple was one tier over Appleton, I think.
Yeah.
Flapple's better.
Yeah,
Appleton
because
is tier
Appleton's more
4.
just bulky, but the
Yep.
problem with the bulky grass dragon type is you just kind of die to it. Though it does get
You
thick
died
fat.
with Stiff Icicle, yeah, but like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it gets thick fat to cover that at least. But then you can't run the good abilities and ripen and
And then you can't
forget
run.
what its other one is.
Probably
Real fun,
Harvest.
though.
No.
Something along those lines.
Hold on.
Funny enough, it actually
Gluttony.
Gluttony. Okay, that makes sense. Appleton works a lot better with my team
Yes,
now
my
that I
third
have.
favorite of the 7 deadly sins.
Now that I have Rillaboom,
It does.
because
Grass-
now I could Grassy Glide.
You
on
can run
Appleton, I
Grass
get
Spin.
Grassy Recovery.
I forgot Appleton got Grassy Glide.
Yep.
Grassy Glide Appleton with Hustle. Oh no, Grassy Glide
that's the
Flapple with
other one.
Hustle is stupid in VGC sometimes if you hit the
No, trust me, it is. It's more so the fact that like it can get status healing without having to worry about setting up like a leech seed or getting bulky on a specific.
Mhm.
Like setting up on a very specific mon, you could actually have a little bit more freedom in terms of setting up with Appleton.
Then he just kept it on the bench for the meme. He didn't want to get off the couch.
Yeah, it's not like I kept him on the bench. He's literally been watching a soap opera the entire season.
He needs to pop
Alright.
off in playoffs now.
Question: is the soap opera the HDL itself?
No.
No,
It's
it was
weeks-
Episode 7 of WandaVision.
Weeks 1 through 3 of HDL season 2. That's the soap
No,
opera.
he just finished Corey in the House, and I just watched Carly.
Yo, that's my favorite anime.
Beautiful. All right.
So what you're saying is when I walk in, I see Appleton sitting there with a playoff berth. What you got there? And he just holds up Snob, a smoothie.
Yes.
Speaking
That's
of
exactly
which,
what I think.
speaking of which, let's just remember that you clinched playoffs with some of the worst Snom luck I've ever seen. What
Oh my god,
happens if-
even the playoff one looks atrocious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
but-
you got Frostmoth, didn't you?
Yes,
Mm.
yes, he did.
Cool.
But there's still 2 games left after that. All you got to do is beat Sandy,
With the Frostmoth.
and then me, probably with Snom.
Oh my god, I swear if I get that back to back, I would be so done.
You just send it and go for the snob sweep at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess it would.
I
Well,
will be looking forward to seeing you in the
for
second
this
round.
one, I need to thank Kevin for his undying sacrifice. This man watched every single replay. Everyone. It's close enough to recognize which ones were good kills and good enough to go down for best kill. And then he gave me 2 big lists of the first half and the second half, and then I cut it down a little bit and put them in. So these are all basically Kevin's nominations, and I put some flavor text around them so people remember what kills there were. There were a lot of them, but it was decently close. And I'm just going to say this now. I would say I was surprised. Clay, you know which one won. I was surprised that this one won. I didn't think this one was going to win, particularly.
Yeah.
But it did. So it's interesting. We'll get into it. So Crook got angry at Urshifu, got the anger point kill. Jirachi with Steel Beam on the Sableye. Gengar killing Urshifu with the ring target D-Bond. Counter Snorlax blew Lando team in the second dimension. Took like 30% from an Earthquake and then O-code it with counter. Victini killed Robocrop with Final Gambit. Togetic smited Mega Slowbro with the power of Metronome. Choice Band Rabombi killed Mega Gardevoir. Roserade, Sash killed a fully powered up Clangorous Soul Blaze Kommo-o. Like, just, that was what it was intended for. Just killed it. Giflor started sweep against Zardwai with the double edge. Poliwhirl destroyed Jolteon with the Metronome Fishious Rend. Volcanion killed itself and Rotom Wash with Explosion. Yuxi, it didn't OHKO Lando T. Lando T was at like 75%, but it killed Lando T at 75% with Ice Punch while it was burnt. A Dittoed Tapu Lele won the game by killing its own teammate Zeraora with struggle. Beautiful. Decidueye O-code Swoobat with a single Shadow Sneak. Poliwhirl killed Regice with Metronome item spam Waterfall. Alolan Ninetales was the first to OHKO and just annihilate the Buff Daddy with Dazzling Gleam. Tornadus got the legendary game-winning flinch kill on Mega Slowbro. Special Crook burnt and killed the Buff Daddy. Urshifu Rapid Strike lived a +1 superpower for Mega T-Tar with 4 HP and killed back with Drain Punch. And Moltres Galar got the clutch crit and kill combo Hurricane or Tornadus to cinch the game for Kevin. So, how you doing for it? The winner of Best Kill is Togetic smiting Mega Slowbro with the power of Metronome. I don't know how this won. It won by 1 vote, okay? It won by a single vote over Counter Snorlax and Ring Target D-Bond Gengar. What happened, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain. There were a couple people. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first apologize because I read directions at the top of sheets and not everyone does. So I thought everyone was going to read the thing at the top saying, don't vote for yourself unless specified otherwise. And no one read it. So when there was ones that said pick 2 or pick 5, or no, the ones that, it was mainly the ones that said pick 2. It didn't say you could vote for yourself, so you weren't supposed to.
I did it on mobile, and that literally did not show up on mobile.
Yeah. It didn't say you weren't supposed to. So I could see, it would have just been easier that just said, you're not allowed to vote for yourself on this question. Move on. Not this question either.
I did it at 8 a.m., okay? You're lucky I read it at all.
I said I'm apologizing. Whoa! Someone hosted. I'm pretty sure that's my host thing. Andrew with the big host. Andrew with the big host. Thank you, my man. I should have just looked at my phone because that come up. I could have made it way easier, so I'm going to apologize. So what happened, actually, I think 3 or 4 people had to just, we deleted their responses and they recast their vote. Some people changed their answers. Okay? Because Gengar was winning before all that happened. Like 5-3. And then Togetic ended up winning. So I don't know who switched their votes, because I don't know which responses were before, which were after. We didn't feel like checking that much. But some people rethought their answers for some. Because there's another category down the line where this happened, where something was winning, and now it was no longer winning, and it didn't win. So, either way, Togetic won with 6 votes. Just kind of people, I think this was more of not everyone's first choice, but another one where people would throw in and say, the Togetic kill was funny. I'll put that one in there too, because you could vote for 5. So I think that's what happened for this one. But I could be
Just as
wrong.
an aside, just as a quick aside, are you a little bit salty that the Mon that was winning the whole time and then somehow lost out of nowhere was Gengar twice?
Yes. That's it. Yep. Both with the D-Bond thing too. It'd be like that. But
Yeah, if I have to say right, I did vote for the Gengar.
it does be like that. It do indeed be like that, though. 2 things from the same game now. Kevin with the crook thing, and now with Togetic.
No.
There's not even much to comment about, because it was... What was the item on Togetic? This time? I know it had 2 I knew it was the one with Tailwind and Metronome.
I think it was.
Scarf? I think it was Scarf? No, it wasn't Scarf. That was Poliwhirl. I forget what it was. It was something weird.
Hold
Was
on.
it
I have
Eviolite?
He never ran Eviolite on Togetic.
Let's see. This one.
And all the moves up into that were bad, too. You got Peck,
No.
Fusion
no,
Flare.
No, actually, it was Eviolite.
It was Eviolite, okay. But you got, up until then, you got Peck, Fusion Flare, some other thing that did nothing. You got a bunch of really bad moves. And then out of nowhere, you got Shadow Ball into the Spadef drop, into Dark Pulse. And I was just setting up Skull Bashes. Like, I was just getting more defensive. Like, actually, the rest of your team was physical, I think, or something. Like, I think Slowbro had a chance of just winning, just being that defensive. To be fair, that Slowbro set was throwing, though, because they were all 2-turn moves. So, I don't know. But, yeah.
What can I say? Togetic was just the angel of death.
Halleen, you gonna make a HDL award thing for, like, ×2, or, like, a multiple of if you win it multiple times?
I didn't really see a point of doing that.
Kevin gets HDL award winner ×2. Well, happy to see you back, Kevin. It is from the same game, so that's very cool. That game has a lot of strong nominees. But, thank you.
And I hold on. I have to thank my
Oh, yeah, you
my
have to thank.
boarding school teacher for teaching me how to play table tennis. I'm actually extremely good at it.
I'm sure he or she will be happy to hear that you thank them. I'll make sure to let them know.
I don't know why that's so funny.
All right. Moving on. The 5 seed, Yaroon, of the new Amsterdam Araquanids. Excadrill, Araquanid, Lycanroc Dusk, Tornadus, Rotom, Mr. Rhyme, Megatitar, Como-O Sylveon, Volcanion, and Serena. We don't even have to say or look what he switched because he never makes any free agency transactions or trades. 2 seasons in a row. Has never made one.
These comments slowly turned into just like one-line quips, as evidenced with the previous ones. So I'm just gonna like segue straight into this one. Yaroon, sell your fucking house.
He doesn't want to.
I made this thing.
But he did sell it.
I didn't.
This is Will. Hollow victory. Sell your damn house.
He doesn't want to.
I don't care if he doesn't want to. Sure, sell your damn house.
Well, how do you think the season went so far?
Way less than last season, but pretty good overall.
I definitely would not say it's...
Survived.
I feel really bad for the person that has to play you in playoffs.
And me too.
Yep.
Already made a team.
Yep. And I don't think he has. He has ideas, but... He's a fucking dumbass. Like, no shot.
Just don't tell him I'm bringing bonds.
Got it. He might bring 5. What would I get if I brought 5 bonds? Just, I'm
Yeah,
just...
Wardle
Just winning with
Just get a
5 mons.
5-0. Just get it 5-0.
That's the ultimate power move. Just bring 5 mons to a draft league game. Because you can. I might do that now. One season. In a meme game. He gets to keep George the Hammer in it. They will always be there in spirit. They will always be there in spirit.
Can't tell whether or not Clay's laughing because of this or because of the thing I just DM'd him.
I'm choosing to ignore what you have DM'd me because it will take away from the award show.
I think you will like it.
Let's see what
I don't doubt
Limeboy
that.
said about Jerome. He had a very scary team,
Wait,
and
you
again,
don't
he didn't
like that.
deserve the win
I
against him.
don't doubt that.
Good
Wow.
luck in the playoffs.
Thank
Ah.
you, boy. My name is Jeroen, not Jerome.
It's Jerome now. Now it feels weird if he calls you something that's not Jerome, though. The problem.
Yeah, kind of just feels like it's.
See, no,
only
that was my
comment-
mistake, and then I stopped and
I
started
was about
calling
to
him
say I've been
Jeroen.
saying you ruin ever since.
Yeah.
I would also like to make a comment after Clay.
I was gonna say something about Urin's team. Oh, yeah, 2 things. One, can you please update the picture to have your actual team instead of your season 1 team? It's very trippy.
It is very trippy.
Uh,
He has to put a second level to the house for next season. He has to put the other, the
oh my
second
god, you
team on
just
top.
start stacking them. Oh my
Yeah.
god, no, that would.
It slowly turns into a hotel complex.
Oh, well,
Rune,
Just gonna make a garage, like a little shack.
Rune,
Just
if there's
it
anything I
slowly
can
turns
say,
it into a hotel chain.
if there's anything I can say, it doesn't matter what your team comp is. It doesn't matter what my team comp is. I hate fighting you. I don't. You are the only person I have failed to beat in 2 consecutive seasons. now.
Jeroen and Sandy, I think, are the only 2 I haven't beat.
And I just can't solve you, man. Doesn't matter what your team is, the town just outplay every single time. It's
Well,
both
yeah,
frustrating
obviously.
and beautiful at
Why
the
do you
Haven't
same
you
think
heard-
the
time.
first Void colony was called
haven't you-
Town?
Have you ever heard of the saying, the house wins? Yeah, the house always wins.
Except the house is gone now.
Temporarily.
It wasn't gone when he played me.
Wait, the Akinator's in the sky. What?
Yep.
Always there?
Yeah, he's always been. In the first picture, it
Even
wasn't,
since
but then
last
he.
season?
No, he added the Excadrill.
Okay, because that was about to be such a trip.
No,
Because
he added
up
that.
and down, I did not see Tornadus as a name in that picture.
It was
I'm telling you, it's already trippy as it is.
All I can say is, if you happen to face me next week, prepare for the biggest meme battle that ever happened.
He probably won't meme. You might. Jeroen's not memeing in playoffs, though. I highly doubt he would willingly meme.
He knows he underperformed the memes in regular season.
You're not obligated to
Not that
meme.
last
had our
week.
meme off.
Not that last
We already
week.
had our meme off. We already had our meme off.
Ruined our week was the most unique, I'm sure, and also it's just the most just bizarre, and I probably enjoyed it most or second most out of all the weeks I played. Just it was so just strange, and I look forward to keep coming up with scuffed ideas of how to
Same here.
just make these battles just the strangest things.
Just complete coin flips.
I'm already brainstorming.
Alright, I'll give it to that.
Oh, Kevin
And,
says,
good
just wait
luck
for my
with
season
playoffs.
3 text and even more metronome. Kevin, please.
What can I say about my team? Did you know I was planning actually to draft the Urshifu Single Striker Mega Slow Bro?
You were?
Yes. And then someone stole it again, like my roof.
I got Corviknight too.
And then you got a fake roof.
Yep. The Forsaken
And
roof. He was cast into exile.
I think I need to draft my roof next season.
Skarm? I 100% misused Skarm. I think I need a salty run back in using Skarm, because as someone who brought Skarm like 7 weeks and never put Roost on it, that's just throwing. So I deserve to be publicly ridiculed for never putting Roost on a Skarmory. Like, that's just
Do
bad.
this, man.
Loser.
It's bad.
Loser.
I think we can go on with the stream. Like, Unless anyone else has something to say, like Eileen or something.
No, we're good. We're good. I was getting there. Right. Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, hopefully you don't sweep me next week. That's all I'm gonna say. Biggest letdown. More or less in the dishonor category, but biggest letdown. These are mons that were supposed to do a lot. Like, a lot of people were scared when people drafted them, and they really haven't done as much as people thought. This is more of a lack of performance to game ratio. Like, for example, everyone was scared when Hylian drafted Clefable again, and then he didn't bring Clefable that much, or in games he brought it, it didn't come in and, like, do much, or, like, do much Clefable things. So it didn't really feel like a letdown. He just didn't bring it as much. So stuff like that.
I blame the U-turn metagame.
The stuff like that didn't really come in or get nominations, but other things did, like Ferrothorn, Snom. We didn't talk about that one. Lando T, Darmanitan, Urshifu Shingle Strike, Mew. Notice how both of my main offensive presences are in biggest letdown. That would explain why 4th overall. Tapu Fini, Mega Aerodactyl, Zygarde, Komao, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Furt. Some people we couldn't find a letdown for, so we just kind of throw it on there. Like, Zygarde kind of breaks the didn't bring it a lot rule, but everyone was deathly afraid that Jack got a hold of Zygarde. So, people forget I drafted Kieran Black, but then that was just pain. So, like, it wouldn't have been fun. But Jack didn't bring Zygarde too much, but we had to put one on there for something that wasn't doing as much as we thought it was going to. Maybe we could have put Jirachi on there, but it felt normal. We don't talk about the Appleton. The Appleton finished second. I'm going to tell you right now, the Appleton and the Furret tied for second. So this doesn't feel like it was a true biggest letdown, because the Appleton and the Furret were kind of stealing votes away from everything else that was more serious. But I'm very glad that the Appleton didn't win. However, the thing that did end up winning, biggest letdown, is Tapu Fini of the Macalamore Picos. So, Spooks, I apologize, but your Tapu Fini did come in and die, like, all the time. So.
Bruh, that thing, I tried Assault Vest, I tried Lefties, I tried every fucking thing I could think of. Nothing worked. Everything killed it.
And
no one
7.
let it live.
Banded Urshifu Wicked Blow does over 50% to a Tapu Fini. I know that now. That was, oh, bro. It's just disgusting. It's, But yeah.
It's almost like Urshifu is kind of bullshit and it shouldn't have ever been made.
Yes, as you can see here, Appleton and Furret both got 3 votes, and Tapu Fini got 4. So if those weren't here, that would have been 6 more votes to throw around to other things, but I'm shocked Urshifu and Darm didn't get as many votes. Like, I'm shocked they didn't get many votes there. I'm shocked Snom didn't get more. I don't know, man. But Tapu Fini did end up coming out on top, or the bottom, for that one. I don't know. It was just one of the more obvious ones. Like, Tapu Fini just, bulk incarnate, and then it wasn't.
My Fini ain't just scraping the bottom of the barrel. It's acid washing the bottom of the barrel. Like, we're getting deep in those layers.
You just didn't feel like doing I hit my mic. She just didn't feel like doing things, man. It was just like, eh. You're like, can you help this week? And then she was like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Hey, Ben, remember when you really, really, really wanted that Tapu Fini? Aren't you glad you didn't have it?
No. Could have used it better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I went there. What are you going to do about it?
Let you draft it next season and also not use it?
Oh, the humanity.
Kiss you on the mouth. What?
God forbid he ever does that.
Alright.
Well, congrats, I guess. I don't...
I get an award. I don't care.
I feel like I'm going to regret having talked shit here.
You're kind of morally obligated to draft Tapu Fini and do well with it now.
I'm not morally obligated to do anything. Fuck you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. Turns over.
You are literally currently writing a check that your ass will not be able to cash.
That is an opinion that you are having.
Honestly, at this point, I just want to see how big the hole I make for myself ends up being.
Pretty fucking big so far.
Just
I
keep
think
digging, Keith.
my goal is I want to do what, like, you know, when everybody was like little and they thought they could dig a hole to China. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Wait, you couldn't?
All right, now to this dumbass.
Which one?
I was debating on changing my name to the Pittsburgh Flyguns if I lost the rest of my 4 games, but I didn't somehow. The Jack and Sandy games were robberies on both ends, so I was gonna win or lose one of those. The Hylian game, we don't talk about that one. That one's still upsetting. But then I won whatever the other one was. I don't remember. They're all blur at this point. But Urshifu Shingle Strike, Darmanitan, Vanillix, Rhyperior, Roserade, Rapidash Galar, Mega Slowbro, Corviknight, Flygon, Jolteon, and Gengar. The Vanillix was basically there the whole time. I drafted Doublade because I was gone during the draft, and Spook sniped my Druddigan, so I drafted Doublade, I think, and then I got Gengar later, and I had Corviknight, so I'm like, I don't need this. Vanillix is funny. Ice types are cool. Weather's nice. I wanted some sort of weather or terrain, and I didn't get it, so I'm like, ice, or hail. Hail Chip, plus Mega Slowbro. The plan at the beginning was just Urshifu Mega Slowbro is stupid, because Urshifu chips things, Mega Slowbro just comes in at the end, sits on things, and wins. It didn't do that as much as I thought it was going to. Corviknight actually did put a lot of work. I brought Jolteon way more than I thought I was going to. If you told me at the beginning of the season Gengar was going to have 2 more kills than Urshifu by the end, I would have been like, what the fuck happens? How does Gengar end up with more kills than Urshifu? But Urshifu just kept coming in and, like, not doing anything. I don't know. It'd be like that. I mean, I did start, what, 7-0, I think? 6-0?
You're on like a 6-game win streak. Yeah.
I think I was. And then Urune happened. Yeah, it was 6, because Urune was week 7. So, that. Yeah. To be fair, I did play 1 extra game. Me and Jack, or no, some people played 1 extra, but I played 1 extra game compared to some other people. So, I mean, I did win that. So I actually had 6 wins. So I technically actually have I'm really 6-3 compared to, no, I'm really, 6-3. So,
Funny, but I think everyone that's in playoffs actually has fought one of the people that has dropped.
maybe. Well, who have I fought that's in play? Like,
Not me.
Tyler
Probably
got 2
the
free
only two that I can
wins.
think of are Tyler and Urune,
Yeah.
because Urune didn't play either of them before.
I beat Tyler. I beat Lion Boy. I beat
Who's the other
Clay.
person? Sandy.
I lost to,
Yeah, Sandy also got 2 buys.
I lost to Sandy and
basically
Urune,
half the playoffs were.
and then I have to play Urune round 1, which I'm not looking
Half the
forward to.
playoffs had played someone before they dropped, the other didn't.
But yeah, it's been an up and down season. A lot of things have been dramatic, and leave it up to me to be extremely consistent with uploading until the last week. Go me. I just don't. Looking at the Sandy videos would make me upset, but I'm still gonna do it. I probably won't edit it that much, but I'll just kind of slap it together and upload it just so it's there.
Hey, 3 words. Karma's a bitch.
It was Regice
Those are
too.
far worse.
He says, remembering that Vileplume swept him.
Yeah, he does have a point, but
I mean, look? I
Red
said
Ice-
Karma's a bitch. I didn't say for who.
Regice did kind of uber heft me with Ice Beam, so it'd be like that. Garm forgot his glasses though, so I'll make sure he remembers the time. He needs to get his eyes checked. He'll be okay though.
He definitely needs to go see an eye doctor.
He needs to see an eye doctor really bad. A lot of me making the correct play, and then game goes no. I did throw a lot though. There were a lot of situations where looking at your own replays as much as I do now to edit them shows you how much you actually throw, and you're like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, what? There's a couple of situations where I threw, like, big time. But, again, we don't talk about those. I know what I did. It'd be like that. We don't talk about the Corv game. We don't talk about how could have been 100% avoided if I just baton passed instead of clicking Calm Mind again. We don't talk about the throw. It'd be like that. But I have to play Urune in playoffs now. and I don't want to. Because I've lost to Euron twice. I've lost to Tyler twice. Oh, no, I haven't lost to Tyler twice. I've lost to Sandy twice. And if I want to win the championship, I'm going to have to play... I might have to play them both. So, I don't know. I just kind of owe it to make at least some of a run, because I kind of had a fall from grace there a little bit. So,
Well,
we'll see.
You're undefeated against me in the regular season, but then
Not
when
in-
I get into playoffs,
That was not a good game. See, that was...
That-
Your team was
that
also
is
just
so big.
miles better than mine. Yeah, Euron, what's up?
Okay, so one thing I want to compliment you on is you made a much better draft team this time around.
Oh, I 100% agree. My team last season was weird.
No, like you had a what you call the mishmash of good things, but with zero synergy.
Yeah.
Like you had very many things that separately were amazing, but you could just pick them off every time you just wanted to.
Yeah, I don't have much
This
synergy
time
going.
around, you actually have.
I have some synergy, yeah. I have some things that pivot well. It's just, I'm not very good at using Urshifu. If I was better at using Urshifu, we'd probably be having a different conversation right now. I got too scared with Slowbro a couple times too, where I just thought Slowbro just was completely mismatched. I don't know.
Jolteon for best electric type.
Hey, Jolteon's really good in draft. Man, I don't like it. The spreadsheet does not do Jolteon justice. Jolteon did a lot of things, and it was very crucial. Like, it was just there for utility. Like, the amount of time I dare say Jolteon had the most damage of my team on hits that didn't kill things. Of just Volt Switch chip, Thunderbolt chip, Toxic chip.
The funny thing is, honestly, on paper, your team's not half as threatening as of some of the teams.
Hell no.
Sandy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this
Or
season you
yours.
actually draft the things you actually know how to use, as
Yeah.
opposed to things that just look cool. Like Jolteon is leagues better in your hands than Xurkitree ever was.
We don't talk
And
about
that's-
Pelipper and Skarmory. Corviknight's
Okay,
just...
Pelipper was destined to be a meme from the word go, and you knew it.
I was like, ooh, rain.
Ooh, rain. Ooh, thunder.
Oh no, it was
But-
just things I thought I would know how to end up using, and that's what I ended up going for. It was more just, I like how this mon is, so I'm gonna go for it. But the problem with me in drafting is, if I'm gonna think of another draft team, I'm gonna like draft this thing over and over again. Like, this was just what I would think of. It was more, the plan was to build around Urshifu, Darman, Slowbro. And it worked. I got everything I wanted. I was shocked that I got everything I wanted. I was very scared. Like, if I didn't get Urshifu, Darm, Slowbro, I was gonna be upset. If I didn't, like, my plan is someone sniped Urshifu, I was going to take Zapdos, probably. I was just going to take Galarian Zapdos instead of Urshifu, because it was similar enough. I don't like Urshifu Rapid Strike, so I was just going to take Zapdos. But I got everything. And then I split my Kyurem Black into a Flygon and a Vanilla. So, be like that.
I don't
That's
like that.
some
I don't
DNA
like
spices you
that
get there.
fusion dance.
I do not like that fusion spicer at all.
Yeah, those DNA splashes were definitely defective.
But if I kept it, I would have had Urshifu, Corviknight, and Kyurem, and Darm, and Gengar. Choosing that between that every week would have been hell. It would have been so bad. Like, I wouldn't have known. That's all my offense in 3 months. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
known what to pick.
Yeah, that's honestly what I think has gotten you as far as you have. You know what your team is, and you're not trying to make it be anything it's not.
No.
And because of that, that's what's getting you as far as it is.
I just know what's supposed to come that week. It's just like, okay. I just look. Like, the first thing I look, I'm like, I usually just put Urshifu there anyway. Because just not bringing Urshifu, it's like Lando. Like, there's no reason to not bring it. Like, even if they have things for it, it's still going to do stuff. And then there's the thing of, if they, for some reason, didn't prep for it, you just win. So,
There is one thing, though. When is
Yeah.
your birthday?
April 23rd.
I'm buying you a whistle, and when the pandemic is over, I'm going to expect you to take up a job as a soccer referee.
The red card.
The number of times you've used red card this season is egregious.
Twice.
That's 2 more times.
Two more
than
times.
8 of us.
I like red card, though.
I'm pretty sure one of us used red card once, and I'm pretty sure it was Jack.
Red card. Red card weak armor Vanillix, and red card Jolteon to set up the horse sweep, which it did, and then the stupid fucking Comfey. I set up that sweep perfectly.
I have but one statement. I will never let you have this fucking Lego ever again.
I wanted Drud
This
again.
Lego is mine. It is my Lego set. My mom bought it for me.
I do not know why you didn't call it Ego against him.
He didn't bring it against me. I don't know why, but he didn't. I don't know if I'm gonna seriously draft next season though. I don't know if I should say what my draft plan is now, but I feel like I might as well. But because I was waiting for the draft or for now. So here's the plan. I know if I can't draft seriously multiple times in a row. And this was like just me sitting down. Okay, what do I want? Let me build around something. Here's what I'm doing next season. I'm pulling up random Pokemon generator, getting one Mon, and doing it 3 times. My first 3 picks are going to be 3 random Mons that I roll. If I get like Turtwig, I just pick Torterra. But that's what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what tier they're in. I'll figure out if it's a repeat tier. I'll keep rolling until I get a different tier. But my first 3 points picks, or my first 3 free, isn't it entirely points? Actually, it's entirely points, isn't it? Or something. Like I'll do it the night before, or I'll do it the day of. It's just like I'm gonna roll 3 Mons, and I have to build a team around those 3 Mons. I'm not gonna make them similar type or similar things in what they do, but I'm just gonna roll 3, and I'm just gonna have to roll with them. And just whatever they are, I have to build around them. And just see how it works.
I look forward to you laddering the league with Plusle, Minun, and Dedenne.
It'll be interesting. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like laddering. You just get random things, and then I'm just going to have to deal with it. But that's what I plan to do. It should be interesting, because it'll just be like, okay, those 3 things. I'll just build around them. And if they're, like, really bad, like, really, really bad, I'll just drop them for something similar that's just better. Like, if I get, like, Machamp, I'll just drop it for, like, better fighting type. You know, something like that. Or just eventually. But it'll add some spice to draft planning.
Did you just diss Machamp?
Not Machamp. Let me think of a better thing. Like, if I can't think of an example off the top of my head. But you probably figured out kind of what I meant. I don't know.
You know, like Blaziken without speed boost.
Yeah. Kecleon level. Yeah, something like Kecleon, I guess. Like, it's like, what? What do I do with this? But I'm still going to have to draft it.
Delcatty, though.
Whatever my first overall pick is, I'm just stuck with it. And then whatever people take in the first rounds, I'm stuck with whatever's left. I'm just going to have to figure it out.
Somehow get sniped.
I'll just roll it again. It doesn't really matter.
I mean, there is a chance you could still roll good stuff.
Yeah, there is. But even if I do get sniped, I'll just take something in that tier that's similar. Like, that's just what I'll do. Just so I'll probably have a team built beforehand. But but besides that, Randall, what were you saying? What were you saying?
No, I was going to segue into the next thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that works. Because now we're in Unspoken MVP. This was the only category without choices. I just asked, give me 2 Mons that you think put in a lot of work, but aren't really represented that much on the MVP sheet, on, like, the team sheet. Like, you just look at it, and you wouldn't think it's doing as much work as it's doing. And it's a crucial member to that team. The winner of this had 4 votes. And then the other 2 things had 2. So there was a consensus. There were 4 votes for the winner. And there was one Mon that had 2 votes. I don't see why me putting in Regieleki wasn't expected. Clay just didn't use it right, SMH. And there was another one with 2. So there was a clear top 3. Some people put in whack things, and I asked them to vote again. But there was a top 3. Clay's Mantine. Okay. Sandy's Double. And the winner of Unspoken MVP, your boy, Del Monte the Jolteon. I'm so happy that people recognize how important Jolteon was to my team. Like, I didn't think people knew, but, like, also, do you want me to show you the votes? Jolteon got 4 votes.
You're gonna
By
give
the
me
way,
votes anyway.
Yaroon, Clay voted the exact same thing as you. The exact same capitalization and order. They both voted Double and Jolteon, both capitalized them the same, and both of them put Double first. I wish I was making this up, but they did. It's right here.
It was really funny figuring that out.
It's right here. When I figured out who was each, like, submission, I was like, I saw 2 for Double and Jolteon. 2 people did the same thing. Double and Jolteon. Eileen put Cinderace and Snom. That was me. I voted for Clay's Mantine. Clay's Mantine, again. Yeah,
Can
what,
I
Jordan?
interrupt?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, but me and Clay have very often agree on things, like, very easily. Or have similar mindsets. It's just a thing between us, I think.
Yeah, no. But I voted for Clay's Mantine and Jack's Ninetales. Clay's Mantine is completely... I want Mantine. Like, Mantine is great. Again,
Mantine is
he
great.
brought it 5 games, and I was the only one that killed it. It came to 5 games, and it died once. 1 death for 5 games. That's crazy. Like, Mantine, dude. Double and
Mantine's
Jolteon.
really good.
So Double has 2 votes, Jolteon has 2 votes. I don't get the Double vote, if I'm being honest. Why people think Double was doing a lot. Like, he brought Double 4 times. I don't know. I don't remember doing
Just because
things.
you don't like the fat cupcake doesn't mean other people didn't.
I don't know. I just don't remember doing much.
It did
Books didn't
conquer
vote.
Baton Pass.
Spooks didn't vote. So, yeah. Lion Boy voted for 2 of his own mons. So I asked him to give me 2 more, and he said Regice and Roserade. Who's Rapidash? This is Sandy. Sandy voted Rapidash, Galar, and Incineroar. 2 decent votes. I don't understand Rapidash. Rapidash threw twice. Kevin put Regieleki and Snom, and then he said Ditto and T-Tar. I don't know, man. Who put Rabombi and Jolteon? Was this Tyler? Did Tyler vote for Rabombi? I think Tyler voted for Rabombi, but it didn't matter because I think I was gonna say you need to give me something else for Rabombi, but it didn't matter because Jack voted for Jolteon and Mantine, and even if you voted for Mantine and Double, they would have had 3, and you already voted for Jolteon anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. So
My mentality is, what the heck did the Double actually do besides facilitate a Suicune sweep once?
I know, that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know, people like the Double. But Jolteon got 4 votes, Mantine got 2, Double got 2. So
I mean, Jolteon has done literally everything on your team except be sweeper.
there was a consensus that Jolteon was at a lot of games. I brought Jolteon a lot, I remember. How much did I bring it? It finished 1-6, but I brought it to 7 games, and it won 5 of them. I remember it was weird against Sev. It was weird against Spooks. I don't remember being that important. It was important against Clay. It was a good switcher there. It didn't do much. It died to Fishious Rend against Kevin. But I didn't bring it against Tyler. I didn't bring it against Yaroon, but it was extremely important against Lion Boy in pivoting. It was really important with wish passing and stuff. It did a lot there. It was supposed to do a lot against Hylian. It was important there. I didn't bring it against Jack, and then against Sandy, it was very important there as well, because it was there to facilitate the Rapidash sweep. But it was just really important, just switching around, doing whatever. Oh yeah, it was really important against Clay. It had the Flame Orb Quick Feet thing for Ditto.
Editor's note, it was not important against Lion Boy because it was switching and wish passing. It was important because he forgot until the very, very end that it had Heal Bell.
Yep, on my Frozen Roserade. I'm very glad I brought Heal Bell that week. Roserade was also asleep at one point, and I didn't Heal Bell it either. Go
You're
me.
welcome for that Roserade.
Thank you. That Roserade set was heat. It was very good. What I was gonna say, I was actually that week, I was gonna bring Assault Vest Roserade. I was one of the things I was like, Assault Vest Roserade actually looks kind of good here. Hold on. And then Yaroon was thinking the same thing. And he was thinking the same thing. He's like, I'll just make you the Roserade. I was like, okay, thank you. He did. But Jolteon, though, I'm very happy. The boy Del Monte, Fiesta Corn, fresh cut, out here winning. Unspoken MVP.
Leave it to Wade to name a Jolteon after corn.
Oh, he's yellow. I didn't know what to name it. I have
Corn.
nicknames for everything.
You
Thorn.
could literally name it Chiquita.
Nah, Del Monte's funnier. Del Monte just rolls off the tongue better, you know? Del Monte. He looks like a Del Monte, you know?
He looks like a Frank.
It's
I
all
actually
it's
agree
also
with
Del
Frank.
Monte. But okay.
It's fine. Okay, we're at Sandy now. Sandy seems scary. Who let this guy have Necrozma, Suicune, and Kieran Black? Oh, right, that's me. I dropped Kieran Black and he picked it up. Oops. He also has Cinderace and Mega Aerodactyl. How is he only the 3 seed? Oh, he's the 3 seed now because he beat my ass. Thank you, Comfey. Yeah. Fun fact, me versus Sandy was the longest possible drought of play in HDL history. I played him week 1 of season 1, and I played him week 11 of season 2. I played him the first week last season and the last week this season. I couldn't have gone any longer without playing a certain person, and he beat my ass both times. Pain. One of the times was my fault. The other time was kind of my fault, but not as much as Will-O-Wisping and Stealth Rocking.
And Stealth Rocking on
A Magic Bounce Absol. I fucking hate that Carkol. I'm gonna... It's gonna roll me Carkol. I know it's gonna roll me Carkol. It's gonna happen. But I'll have to deal with it.
Just make sure to remind him to show up to elf practice.
Yep. Mega Aerodactyl being a B-tier Mega was kind of a steal, but he also didn't use it that much. So... I don't know, man. And having Necrozma, Cinderace, Kieran... The only thing that bottlenecks him is he has to choose 2 of Necrozma, Suicune, Cinderace, Kieran Black every week. That's the only thing that bottlenecks him, but then you also have to prep for all 4. So it's a bitch. And obviously, Suicune is the MVP of the league this season.
Yeah, by the way, that whole that tier restriction thing is not going to be a problem.
Why is it not going to be a problem? Is it just the high tier mons are going to be a stupid amount of points?
We
so
are literally going to make them standard pricing.
Yeah, we're literally making it standard pricing, so as a result, there's no reason to limit the amount of tier 1s that somebody.
Yeah,
can
so
play
you
on a week.
you can't draft that many anyway. Like you won't be in
Yeah.
a spot where you can
The
like they'll just be
most-
extremely
I
high
don't
priced.
understand how that went by the first time, considering every league is like 180, 120.
Yeah, we made it 100.
Like straight on the reason, like by the end of
Okay.
this, the most tier 1s people won't even be allowed to draft
Is
next
2.
The
season.
standard amount.
Is 2.
I want to say
Fair enough.
something. I already said this before with the 180 thing. It was something I suggested, but I did suggest. It was a fun season, so
I
It
will
went off
say
more or
one
less
thing
without a
while we're
hitch.
still on Sandy's page. He has bottom tier nicknames.
The bottom. Ouch. Who's
I'm
gonna tell
sorry,
Sandy?
what-
Aurora Borealis.
What is the point of naming a shiny Aerodactyl Punk?
Punk. You need to. Okay.
Hey man, that's pretty ponk champ, okay?
Ask
No,
Jack what he
it-
names
it-
stuff when he just plays through things, or just his. It's like
Oh.
Sklap,
Do we need to bring
Zorgis,
up do we need to bring up the
Zooglip,
D&D character?
Piglop.
The difference is, but the difference is,
Flynit.
Jack's nicknames are legitimately scuffed, and it all
Sklap.
appe-
Sklap's
and
my
it
favorite.
all just
Sklap.
appeals to
Sklap.
his character that he's developed over 2 seasons.
Drungip.
Sandy
I'm
actually-
not even. This
Then
isn't
there was
character.
then there was
Krilp.
comical spoon.
Can't forget Krilp.
Sandy actually tries with these
yeah,
nicknames,
Krilp.
and they're just awful.
Krilp.
Comical Spoon,
Drungip is a historic one.
Drungip,
Ouija
Sklap,
board
Krilp,
bugging.
and
Drungip.
Quarth. Don't forget Quarth.
Quarth is a good one too. And Flynit. Flynnit's a
And
fun.
buy the
Well, that's what
Victini.
you Goodbye. That wasn't my idea though. I can't take credit for that one.
But yeah, Sandy, work on your
Those are part of the
nicknames,
orders.
man. If there is anything I have to say that you need improvement on, it is nicknames. Like seriously, come to me and I will give you a rap session one of these days.
How do you feel
Sandy,
having to play
why weren't you in elf
Sandy
practice?
Clay? I can tell you really want to play Sandy with that team. To be fair, you did beat him in the regular season, didn't you?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Sorta. Yeah. I
You
did.
talking to me, man?
Sorry, no, I'm
You're
just
good, you're good.
I'm distracted.
Kevin's like, hold on, let me check all his replays and make a list of his nicknames. Okay, well, this will be the
I'm
verdict.
gonna go ahead and tell you, even though I
Kevin
beat
is a
him, that was a
dedicated man.
pain and a half to prep for.
Yeah, his team's a bitch to prep for. Like it was not fun. I could tell you, it was not fun. It was, yeah.
I
Like,
still will myself yawn.
Funny enough, the best thing I could use against his team was the mod that he traded me.
Yep. Good old Cobalt.
So you will kind of just click
We
coverage
will
moves.
we will
and-
just see how playoff Sandy plays. Sandy can
Yeah,
get hot, and then some things just happen sometimes.
it
So we'll
just- it
see.
just is how
We'll
it
see how
goes.
playoff Sandy is this time. Moving right along though, SVP. I think this was also another win by 2 or so votes. This one wasn't particularly super close. There were a couple close mons behind, but there was a clear winner for this one. Surprise value. It was just a mon that you look at a team and you're like, why do they have that? But it actually put in way more work than you thought it was going to. So, what did I do? Oopsies. Okay. There we go. Regice. Slurpuff. Miltank. Vanillix. Piloswine. Alolan Executor. We also almost had Ninetales on there for Lion Boy. He just had a lot of things that just all did things. Druddigan. Luxray. Pangoro. Spiritomb. Tornadus. Poliwhirl. Where's Furt? And there's Furt. And the winner of SVP, Kevin, get back in here. It is Poliwhirl, the winner of SVP. Kevin with award number 3.
4 actually.
A 4? Is it 4 now?
No, it's 3.
It's 4.
It's 3.
I think it's 3. You had
I'd say
Poliwhirl,
It's 3.
Poliwhirl, Togetic, Crook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3.
Look, Kevin went through all the replays. He saw what award he was on. Don't worry about it.
That's on. Okay.
So Poliwhirl clear winner here. 2 votes, 6-4. Regice actually came in second with Slurpuff in a close third. But, you know, Poliwhirl just
I'm
kind
just
of...
letting it be known that Slurpuff could do other things besides Belly Drum, and I displayed that.
But this was a Poliwhirl, okay? Like,
Yeah, Poliwhirl put in too much work for what
Did
it
your
was.
Slurpuff kill something with Vicious Rend?
No, I killed it with a. I killed a Surf.
Yeah, but that wasn't a Vicious Rend.
I'm sorry, I ran Special Slurpuff last season too. What do you mean?
I don't think Slurpuff got a kill for you since week 1. though.
I was about to say I don't think it got a kill. Otherwise, it probably would have been more well received.
Look at
'Cause
him.
I don't
so
remember
happy.
that happening either.
It's a
I don't
it's a
doubt that
Poliwhirl.
happened.
I think Poliwhirl did a comparable amount of work to all of these, if not less. But there's a difference between Poliwhirl and like the
Yeah.
amount of work that Pangoro put in. Is that this is a fucking Poliwhirl. So Poliwhirl doesn't get
so you-
Drizzle, does it?
No.
Or is it that just Politoed? Yeah, Poliwhirl
No.
Poliwhirl doesn't get
And-
Drizzle.
And Water Absorb.
Kevin, I don't think ever did you probably run EVLA on it like once or something?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
brought it like every single week since you picked it up, and it didn't feel like it was dead weight.
Somehow,
like-
some way, it did not feel dead weight.
It didn't feel like it was dead. It was just like, okay, he brought Poliwhirl. Okay, Poliwhirl.
In
It's
retrospect,
just like it's just going to expect with the Kevin team.
in retrospect, it would have been so funny if I'd run Damp when Hylian ran Mist Explosion.
Oh, should have. I don't even have
I
noticed.
should have.
No, I actually checked that.
I don't know. You forgot Bioplume had chlorophyll, so I thought you would have forgot that he had.
That's
damp.
because I straight up forgot that ability even existed. When's the
You did
last
wanna
time you've
get-
ever seen chlorophyll on a Vileplume?
You did want to get Misty Explosion off very bad, so I figured you would have checked and saw Poliwhirl had damp. Look at him go,
And
though.
and I ran Swift Swim Rain Dance as well.
Madman. But, yeah. Poliwhirl. Wow. We're just going to move right along. We're going to get to Lion Boy now. The undisputed king of stall this season. Mew, Milotic, Xurkitree, Archeops, Executor, Alola, Shuckle, Mega Diancie, Aegislash, Buzzwole, Ninetales, and Piloswine. I forget.
Lion Boy, I think I speak for Clay when I say that you gave Mew a bad name.
Thank you.
He did. He
Pretty
had
good
Mega
plan.
Kangaskhan until week 5. It did literally nothing. And then
Yeah.
He dropped Whimsicott for Archeops, which I think was kind of an odd pick, but Archeops did things. And then dropping Duraludon for Exeggutor Alola was the best choice he could have ever made. Eggy did a lot for him. Like, an insane
Way more than
amount.
it probably should have.
Like, it was
Say
weird.
that only with the protect song that he did with it.
Oh, I didn't read my note that Limbo put for me. He said I taught him how to prepare for some opponents. Did not know that. I didn't know people actually watched the team builders. Wow.
I smell
Wow.
collusion.
Who actually watches the team builder part? I doubt anyone does. That's why I put a thing there saying to skip it. Because I doubt people watch it.
Not gonna lie, I only watched one, and I was. No, wait, I actually watched a few, but carefully only listen to my own.
I was about to say I already listened to the own team builder of my own. After that, I just kind of.
Yeah, you can't, Clay, your team builder was long, though, because you had Ditto. So I'm like, please skip this one. This one is long. But if you want to watch it...
I didn't.
Your video was the first long one. It was you and Lionboy with the two long ones.
I was
the
actually
battles
kind
were
of
long.
interested to see how you went about it.
Yeah. That video was... the me and Lionboy video was an hour. It was so long. So long.
So long for
That is
completely
the only
different
one
reasons.
I haven't watched, mainly because that's an hour of my time I know I won't get back.
And that took me 3 hours in the dead of night to edit. Like that, so long. I did it though. That's one of the better ones, I think.
I was
But
about to say, you were consistent.
I was
minus
consistent.
the last week.
Minus this one. It'll get out eventually. It'll get out before the playoff game. That's all that matters. I don't know if I'll post this VOD to YouTube, but I'll definitely highlight it and keep it on Twitch.
Fun fact, that was one of the very few ones that I actually watched fully.
The hour-long Me and Lion Boy one. It was a good game, so I don't know. But yeah, this man just knows how to play stall. I don't, or just knows how to use recover and healing moves,
He just stalls, and it's so lame.
and
He's
it
quite
works.
literally an idiot savant.
It's just, yeah.
He
it's just lame.
stalls, And
He's a master of playing lame.
exactly. He's
He is
the
a
type of
savant
zoner.
at playing lame and winning games.
Type of zoner to just camp you out of the corner of the screen and not move from that
He's
corner.
the type. He's just the stereotypical for glory link.
Does
in
Lion Boy
Smash
play
4.
Smash? Does he play Smash?
Yes. And
Who does he main?
wins because of his Australian internet being shit.
I don't even remember who he
Who does he
mains,
even
so
main?
All I know is his Australian
He
internet
mains
makes
bad
10 times
internet.
worse.
He mains bad internet.
Also, he only brought Chuckle to
probably
one game.
mains fucking Ganon with
Yeah, I think-
AussieNet.
Yeah, I
I-
think he actually does.
No, it's not Ganon. He plays. I
think it's
want to
Rob,
say he.
actually.
Yeah. So.
Well, that
the
makes a
ca-
lot of sense.
The character who lets literally everything else hold down the neutral for him.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if he could run an entire team of Regenerator Stall, he would.
Oh, he absolutely would.
Watch out for season 3.
Amoongus, Slowking.
Oh, stop. Aloma Mola.
Ho-Oh,
Slow Bro.
Just gonna allow that for some reason.
We're just gonna
He'll-
allow.
he'll pro-
Tangro.
He'll probably snipe
Hey,
Mantine.
if we let time go through, someone might be able to use Zacian, or not Zacian Crown, Zamazenta Crown. Someone might be able to use Zamazenta Crown in draft. Like, they're talking about unbanning it from Ubers because it's so unbelievably horrible in Ubers that they're talking about unbanning it. And just
Yeah,
What,
how
CW?
can you have a defensive mon that doesn't have toxic?
they're just
More like, how do you have a defensive mon and then you didn't give it body press?
what it also can't, like, it has to hold the shield, so it doesn't have an item.
Yep.
So it's just kind of
Like-
there. It just has good stats, but
Yeah,
You
it's
literally
defense.
didn't give the defensive mon the move you introduced to the same gen that calculates damage based off of defense stat.
and it would have been stab.
And it would've
Yeah.
been stab.
The reason Zacian gets away with it is because Zacian can sweep a team by existing.
Zamazenta gets a defense boost. Haha, just hit me with a special. Just hit me with a fire blast anyway. I'm dead. Oops.
Regular Zamazenta is hype though.
The regular Zamazenta isn't that bad because it gets to hold an item. Zamazenta shield or crowned or whatever. Not good. They're like seriously talking about putting it in OU and just seeing what happens. Like if it's too busted, they'll just put it back in Ubers, but they'll just let it
I think
hit.
it'd be fine in OU, honestly.
They'll just let it chill there and see what it'll be. The first cover legendary legal in Ubers or legal in OU.
Kyron Black.
Oh, I always forget about White 2 Black too. But besides that one, that's the
Well,
only
I would
one.
like
How
to
dare
know
you
your
forget about the best
location.
generation.
What?
Ho would like to know your location.
Oh, it's an Ubers.
Po's
Yeah,
been in
OU
Ubers
was
for
never
forever.
an OU.
I mean, technically Suicune, but I don't think Crystal doesn't count. It
You
kind of
could
does,
cast
but
Suicune.
it kind of does, but not really.
Okay,
It-
how
it's not
about-
like a cover legendary cover.
How about
legendary.
you? How do
It's
you?
not. It's not a legendary. It's a fucking. It's one of the fucking 3 whatevers.
They're
It's
literally
one of the
called
3
legendary
doggos.
beasts.
They're-
They are literally called the legendary beasts in the game's text.
But
These are
Suicune's not
legendary.
like Suicune's not cover legendary status. There's like a
He
difference.
was literally on the cover of Pokemon
Yeah, but-
Crystal. It counts.
But Suicune isn't like
For
Groudon.
He was a model, man.
Okay, moving on. Most improved. Apologies to Limeboy. I'm just gonna put everyone here. This one wasn't a fucking surprise. It's absolute fucking landslide. Jack wins. He got 8 votes. 8
Oh.
out of 10. Fucking landslide. Like not even close.
Yeah, he actually existed this time.
I existed this time.
He did.
Who got the
It
other?
could have partially existed last
Clay and Kevin. I think I actually
don't
got
understand-
one
don't
vote.
Understand the me one.
Clay voted for me and then he switched it to Jack. And when he had to redo it.
You go, guys. You got
I mean-
second.
Clay and Kevin got a vote. And then Jack got 8 of them.
Communal second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust me, there's one that's gonna show up later.
Yeah,
I'm
well everyone
just
knows
glad-
about that one.
I'm just glad
Alright,
no
well,
one voted
there-
for me because it was
There's
crazy.
one very clear, blatant reason as to why I won that, and that's entirely for Wade, for giving me sets to ladder in OU and just like.
I did give you that
just-
one
just-
team.
Just playing games with me while I screen shared
Yeah.
in the off season, just stuff like that.
You just
like,
doing things. I'm like,
that
what? What?
was
What?
very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'm like, just do that.
Because this stuff's fun. It's just
Yeah.
shit at it. You know, it was not a very welcoming introduction to the community. Getting 6-0 2 weeks, getting 6-0 swept 2 weeks in a row.
Thanks to those people,
But-
by the way.
But,
Hey,
you know.
hey! I gave you a big yeet this time.
Yeah, we've only swept each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what's gonna happen next time.
I also gave
Yeah,
you secret orders. Do not tell anyone.
Mm.
Now everyone knows that you gave him secret orders.
But what if the secret
it
orders
you?
were actually non-existent?
The real
if it's
secret
just to
orders
get
were
it
the friends we
out?
made along the way.
So
I
nobody.
think you were part.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we did ladder
I
a
don't
bunch.
think Spooks was one that
Maybe
gave me
your
the orders,
recycling
but
bin
you
goblin.
probably
It was-
corroborated on the
it-
order giving.
It was just me
For some
feeling like a
reason,
fucking
really geeked
nerd.
out for Greenland.
Someone just brings
You know, 'cause
something
I-
in. I'm
yeah.
like, it's this set. Don't do that. I'm like, watch, it's gonna have this move. You're like, you sure? Click the move. It had the move. I'm like, it has the move.
It had the move.
It had the move. I don't know. I just feel like I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
still-
because
Because I have a little bit of that game sense now, but I also
Yeah.
have my own shtick
yeah,
where I just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
yeah. It's
So,
like,
Relax.
I
Yeah.
do actually have one thing that
Alright.
I had written down for this in my
Mhm.
notes. Flashback to season 1, where as I was putting out the schedule for week 2, Wade literally approached me in private
oh
and
yeah.
asked me to move Jack to fight somebody else other than who he was going to initially.
Me and him were supposed to
that
fight week 2. I forgot about that.
Because, quote, I don't think Jack is ready to deal with that type of matchup.
Right, He
Ouch.
was supposed to play
Yeah.
Hylian, and Wade's
was-
like, nah, have him play Tyler.
No,
He,
I thought he was supposed to
No.
play me week 2. He was supposed to play me week 2, and I didn't want him, and I don't want us to play that early.
So you're
I
like,
don't think
you know
you do, I
what?
think
We'll
it's
have him
somebody
play
else.
Tyler. We don't know how Tyler plays.
No, it's
because he
supposed to be
doesn't
me.
know draft
Like
very
I
well.
wanted there to be build up before the me versus him game, and
no,
Yeah,
but
week
he
2 would have been
literally said,
anticlimactic.
and I quote,
Yeah,
I don't think he's ready to fight me yet.
I think it was that more. I want to
Those
say
were
it was
your
more
exact
ominous
words.
as like
If those are your words, those are your words.
master to student. He's not ready yet, but like kind of. I don't know.
And then
Mom,
and then
Those are
you're-
bad
And
receipts.
then you were like, We'll have him play Tyler because Tyler says he's not confident and doesn't know draft very well, and then I 6-0'd him with
Actually,
a Gyarados.
no.
I got 6
Actually, no. We put him up
with
with
the
you
scrim.
because you were the last person remaining who didn't have anybody paired with him yet that week.
Yeah.
There
And
was
then
no
Tyler pulled out the broom.
Then I got swept.
Gyarados literally
I was
opened its
literal
mouth
dust
and
on the
just
floor
made-
for the first 2 weeks, and that was it. I won against Sandy that season. I won against Sandy.
You
that
did
Yeah,
season.
beat
that was the
Sandy
best game.
with the Assault Vest Arctozolt with Protect.
Yes.
Yeah,
And he kept
the
trying to
non-
sucker
the
punch
other
you,
Assault
and he
Vest
just-
The meme
didn't
used to
equal
be
Protect.
bringing Protect every week on Arctozolt.
And I'm like, don't
But-
do that. Like, that's just one move that Arctozolt can't use now. Like, just don't stop. Like,
And
please.
then it
It's an
mattered.
extra turn of living. Whore.
And then it mattered. That was
You
the
think
biggest
they,
thing.
Dying?
Well, you can't click Protect if you're wearing an Assault Vest.
No, you can. It just nullifies everything about the Assault Vest.
No, you can't click Protect if you have the Assault Vest. It won't let you choose.
I was
the
about to say, yeah, no, the Assault Vest
so
makes
it
it so you
doesn't
can't
let
click
you
your status
click it.
boost.
Assault Vest straight up is user's defense is multiplied by 0.5, but it cannot select any non-damaging moves.
Were you-
It straight up will not let you click recover, or protect.
So,
anything
were you
like
just
that.
clicking Protect and it was just failing then? Or you just didn't
no.
click it?
No, it
No, the
wouldn't
game
have
just
given
wouldn't
them
let
the
you
option
click it,
to. He was clicking moves, then he got knocked off, probably saw Protect was open, is like, oh, I can hit Protect now, and hit Protect, and it mattered.
Oh. I need to watch that game back then. Yeah. Congrats. The biggest landslide of the entire award show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There you go. Most
I said
improved.
I said most of my spiel for the
Yeah.
team honor thing, but yeah.
What was that team we were using? I remember. I don't know if
That
remember
team?
if anyone was watching the Duncan Jamvad
Rillaboom,
series.
Zeraora.
It was
Two
Rillaboom, Zeraora, Chandelure, Dragalge, Dragapult.
No, it wasn't Dragapult. I remember I saw.
I thought
Dragapult
Dragapult was on the
using it,
first
thought
team.
He was cool.
No, he was
Nope.
on the second team. It was Chandelure, Rillaboom.
It was on. No, I have it right
Zeraora.
here. Mandibuzz, Dragalge,
Oh,
Zeraora,
Mandibuzz.
Rillaboom, Chandelure, and Clef.
That's what that was. That's a good team. I like that
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
and I recently made my own OU team like a couple days
Special-
ago. That's actually working.
Special Garchomp.
Yeah, special Garchomp.
It does
Special
things.
Chomp was a monster.
Gets Draco.
All right. Well,
Everything
But,
gets every dragon type gets Draco.
Including
Okay.
several non-dragons, like, say, Jirachi.
Yeah, well,
But
that was
you
because it
can't
was an event
actually
move, but-
use it, sadly.
No, you can. It's just an
Wait, I
event
could-
move.
I could have used it.
why'd you think you couldn't have?
What?
You just have to make sure
Wait,
that
you
the rest
told
of
you
the
told
moves-
me that I couldn't.
You just have to
No.
make sure the
Told me
rest
that I
of the
probably
moves
could 'cause
line
it was
up
an
in a
event
way
move.
that. No, it's
didn't say it was a
you
banned
can't
move.
you can't have
Yeah,
both
you definitely
Moonblast
did.
and Draco on the same set.
No, I think I tried making a set for you, and it had Draco on it, and it wasn't
No, you
working,
can.
and that's why I
Moonblast
said you
No,
couldn't.
no, I was gonna put Draco on something, and you
No, it
convinced
isn't.
me to not because it probably wasn't allowed, and I was probably gonna get like DQ'd or something.
Why would I
it
do
was
that?
Never a TM. What? Gleam was a TM, and Jirachi doesn't get Gleam. It only gets Moonblast.
I don't remember
for one
saying it
event.
wasn't allowed.
I would have used Draco.
Yeah. No.
Why would it
there
be-
was- there
why
was
would it be
literally
not allowed?
There was literally a Jirachi in Gen 4 that was released for Draco Meteor. It was an event move.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why, because it's an event. So there's probably a certain set of things you couldn't have on the Jirachi if you wanted to also use Draco.
You can't run Moonblast on it. That's about all I can think of.
Yeah, because everything else you can just Hyper Train and Nature Minute now.
It probably had Moonblast on the set then, and it wasn't working. I probably
Probably.
said Draco was banned because it was saying it wasn't working. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can't. You
Tyler's-
couldn't have both of them on the same set.
Tyler finessed the 1 seed again. I don't know how he did, but he got
We
the 1
don't-
seed again.
Talk about it.
At least this time a scrimp wasn't involved.
Yeah.
Alright, I mean, I look forward to next season. I look forward to drafting a bunch of random different shit that I can
Just
concoct.
another
random
a
things
similar
with
team,
again.
or with Arctozolt, but another similar team. Just
There is only one constant, and that is the second coming. Everything else is going to be different.
like there's been some unspoken
Probably.
rules of not to snipe, but like the amount of massive colossal asshole you are for picking Arctozolt now is just
it's
like
not even a funny kind of asshole.
it's not
just
even
a-
funny. No one's gonna think it's funny like at all. It's gonna be like,
Yeah.
why? Like, what do you gain? It's gonna be like a what do you gain type of situation.
yeah.
It's not like Arctozolt is a mon that people actually actively use.
Like, it's good,
Yeah.
but like no one wants to go out of their way to use Arctozolt. You would rather use Dracozolt than
Oh,
Arctozolt.
absolutely not.
Nobody's
By the
gonna
way,
use
if
it
anybody
one time.
tries to snipe Greninja from me, next season, you will catch these hands.
Well, it's
I
Nat
mean,
Dex.
I-
If someone
I mean,
someone taking
you-
Greninja is very apparent in the first round. Like if you do, if you get a bad spot and someone takes Greninja in front of you, you shouldn't be mad because it's Greninja.
I don't
I'm sorry.
I don't care if it's Battle Bond or Protein. I just want a Greninja.
What
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
we're doing
mean? You're
both.
gonna have your hands full with that Tapu Fini you talked about earlier.
That's gonna come after. In a different timeline.
Well, yeah, Tyler finessed the 1 seed again. He has 4 tier 1s. That was supposed to be a detriment, but it actually isn't, I guess. Well, I mean, Lando T hasn't done anything, so not
I
that,
don't
guess not.
know how that didn't win biggest letdown.
Because you haven't brought it that much. That's why.
I mean, there's also the thing that I was actively trying to make it a letdown by the time I got to the end of the season.
It
That's
was just
exactly why I
you didn't bring it
vote for
enough.
it.
Yeah, you didn't bring it enough. I think I voted Finny and I forget what my.
Well,
I
it's
never
not.
voted
It's not
Finny.
even that I. It's not even that I wasn't bringing it. It's that I actively was trying to make other Pokemon have better kill
I
differentials.
straight up
Yeah.
did not actually vote for Landorus because you were trying to force it to be a letdown.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. It honestly, go to my free agent transactions real quick.
Oh, I remember that 1 week. That week
It,
was.
it doesn't even have everything on it.
Yeah, because beforehand you traded a bunch of stuff. You got rid of Escavalier. You got rid of Escavalier for Bronzong, and then turned that Bronzong into a Dragapult later on. You had Hydreigon, got rid of that for Metagross. Swap your Steel Psychic types, and then you had wacky shit after the draft. I forget what it was. What did you have?
I
I
know
completely
I-
forgot.
I had Venusaur, which I ended up dropping for Vileplume.
Uh-huh.
I had what else?
It's
was
something
there?
else. You had something busted.
Did I?
Yeah, you had something else like really good, like tier 1 wise.
See, I would have
Uh,
said I would have rather him have kept the Venusaur versus me, but
Oh, I
Venusaur
had
also
Latias.
gets forfeited.
Oh, you had
I had
Latias.
Latias,
Yep.
which I ended up dropping for Hydreigon.
I know Spooks had Heatran, which he dropped for Colossal. I had the Kyurem Black, which I dropped, and then Sandy picked it up anyway. My bad.
So
Kyurem Black hasn't done that much though, actually. more than I think about it.
ultimately,
Not as much as last season.
ultimately, I turned a Latias. I turned a
Kevin did vote for
Latias
it, I remember.
into a Metagross, and I somehow managed to turn a Venusaur into a Vileplume. And then, if I remember correctly, I went from Escavalier all the way to Dragapult somehow.
Yeah, you dropped Escavalier for Bronzong and then Bronzong for Dragapult.
Which makes all the no sense. I
Yeah.
drafted my team having no idea what I wanted to do.
This
and even-
extra 40 points thing was bullshit, by the way.
Yeah,
This was a
so-
mistake. This extra 40 points thing was.
I see
Yeah.
that now.
That's the reason why I took Dragapult in the first place. I'm like, what am I going to do with these 40
To be
points?
fair, I have an extra 40 points that I just didn't use. Like I
was
drafted
like,
Slowbro. Just
I was like, Hydreigon's kind of pigeonholed into 2 sets. Dragapult can run a million sets and is actually a lot of fun to use. So I'm going to take Dragapult. I don't care what everyone else says.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I haven't been trying this season. That's not a dig on
I
you
don't know.
guys. That is a.
You're just kind of slapping stuff on things, and then it just kind of works.
I get so ridiculously stressed out whenever
Yeah, I
I try to
know.
min-max teams
Yeah, I know.
to try and beat everybody.
you
which
asked
is
me
why
for
I've
prep
done it
advice
once
last
this
season.
against Sandy, and it ultimately didn't matter because Tapu Lele go burr.
Yeah, I remember like 1 week, like you asked me something, I would give like one thing of advice, type one thing, and then I would see like 10 messages from Tyler in DMs. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then it was just every single possible scenario, and just like
I drive myself
paranoid,
crazy if
like
I'm
paranoid prepping.
Actually, being a paranoid tryhard. So about
They're like,
week
what if it
3
runs bite? I'm like, what? Like, what if it runs bite? Like a dark move that hits it super fast. I'm like, excuse me? You just. No. Stop. Calm down.
It eventually got to the point where I was just not having fun anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I figured it out right around, honestly, Season 1 Finals, when ultimately I got so flustered trying to prep against Jaroon because my team had such a mismatch against him that I just ultimately threw the match because I couldn't come up with any way to beat him anymore. And then week 2, Season 2, it finally came to a head. I was just having a rough go of it mentally, and I'm like, you know what? I'm
Okay.
not going to try anymore.
It's
I'm
just
gonna
let
meme.
go and just kind of meme, but I don't know. Like the team's good. It's still well rounded, and I don't know. Just people just I would say people were having off weeks when they played you. It's just stuff just kind of has lined up right. It's just been kind of, it just goes right.
It's not just that. It's also that Zeraora is an extremely good Pokemon.
Yeah, it's good.
If I had to pick a team MVP, it was him, even though he didn't even get the most kills. Somehow Mega Blastoise and Tapu Lele overtook him.
Yeah.
Which is but I had the heatest techs I had were on Zeraora and probably either Miltank or Rabombi.
Yeah.
Even though I had 8 different ideas for Metagross that I never got to use.
Metagross was doing things when it came in, though. Metagross was pretty solid, too.
Well, yeah, it's a fact machine. It only spews knowledge. But I had several different sets for that. Only a few of them actually got to see the light of day. Like, you saw Power of Meteor Beam with Steel Beam of all things.
Yep.
I brought
You brought
Iron
Sock.
Defense. I what?
You brought Sock, and you clicked knockoff, I think, 10 times.
Both times I brought Sock, it was choice banded.
I think you
And
literally
when I brought
clicked
it
knockoff
against
10
you,
times
I
against
thought
me.
you were going to switch into Gengar every single time I brought it in on Rhyperior.
Nope. It was Solid Rock.
But-
I'm like, I just eat one of these and hit it back. We're okay.
Except you don't. Me and Yaroon went through this exact same scenario. Sock and choice banded Sock, Oko's Solid Rock.
Damn.
Solid Rock Rhyperior, unless you're like Max, which would be stupid.
I forget if I don't think I was that week. I was something wacky that week, I think. I think I was banded that week, actually, in Rhyperior.
You were.
Yes.
I knocked it off turn 1.
Ah, yeah, I remember. Be like that.
But Sock was a Wigglytuff. That's...
Wanted
What
to hit it.
was that?
Wanted to hit it.
But yeah, Sock was a Wigglytuff. Its only names were I Want to Hit It and Yumta. I was going to name it Guildmaster for the 3rd week, but it didn't show up.
Runerigus is also deceptively insane for a tier 5. That's kind of a steal.
Yeah,
Kind of a steal at tier 5.
even though it didn't do very much.
But
Tried to make it do things.
It definitely has potential. Miltank was kind of a steal for tier 4. I don't know.
Yep.
It's just a good mon for tier. I wouldn't say Miltank's a tier 3 mon. It was just good at tier 4. I don't know. It's weird.
After I drafted whatever jank I had at the top tiers, I actually finally started getting coherent, and I'm like, how is Miltank in this tier? How is Runerigus in this tier? If I'm going to salvage this crap, I better draft better.
Yep.
And then, well, honestly, I just wanted to have fun this season, and that's what I did. I'm sorry to everyone I accidentally steamrolled in the path.
Well-
Except Hylian, you deserved that.
Fuck off.
Well, we'll see if Sandy or Clay. Oh no, it won't be Sandy or Clay face you in the plays. It could potentially be Yaroon if
Well, I
Sandy
mean,
wins.
If Clay wins, it's definitely Clay.
Yeah, if
but,
Sandy wins and Yaroon wins, you play Yaroon.
I mean, if Sandy wins, I play whoever wins on the other side.
Yeah.
Sandy can only face me in the finals.
Indeed.
Or
Well,
3rd place, I guess.
We shall see. But with that, we're going to move into our final 3 awards of the night. And this is where we go with another prediction here. I'm going to start another prediction off. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time than last time. We're going to name this prediction champ favorite. And you guys are going to have to decide. Yeah, Kevin says it's rigged. So it's... Did you guys think it was... Did you think in the revote, people actually voted for Yaroon? Or do you think memeing got the best of people, and they ended up voting for Clay more for the champ favorite? That is up to you. Thank you for... I actually ran out of water, so I'm going to go hydrate. You guys get a hold of the champ favorite. I'm going to do this. Everyone knows it came down to Clay and Yaroon, the 5 and 6 seed. Yaroon's obviously the returning champion, though, so he is a little bit more biased towards that one. But you guys have 2 minutes. You have to decide if people decided to meme a little bit more, and Clay ended up winning champ favorite, like favorite to win, or ended up being Yaroon. I'll be back.
How is it not Sandy?
All right, chat. I'll give you a. I'll tell you guys a secret. It was actually was actually Kevin.
Actually, it wasn't Kevin. I kind of held this secret from both of you. It was the New England Patriots.
Here's
God
what
damn
happened.
it.
Clay got 3 votes. Yaroon got 3 votes, and then everyone else got 1. I know I voted for Yaroon. Yaroon voted for me. Sounds like Tyler voted for Sandy. Limeboy voted for himself. And then Clay got 3 votes. And then
don't
someone
know
voted
how,
Tyler.
I don't know why.
And I just know I voted for
no one
Yaroon.
thinks I'm a threat despite being the 1 seed. Let's go.
Neither did I actually know how.
You haven't got a vote. You're the returning champion, though. I feel like that's understandable.
Yeah, not me. 6th seed.
Yep. No. What's the points? 10 and 10. Some people vote more points, man. Gotta make. Oh, there we go. Yaroon with the 69. I respect it.
Nice.
I mean,
Oh no, someone put 69 on Yaroon.
Nice.
79 in the pool. It's 10 seconds left to predict.
I'm choosing not to.
Who you think ended up winning this? 109 in the pool now. Clay put the money on himself. The submissions have closed for
I
it.
didn't.
Oh.
I didn't put any money in.
Oh, someone put money on Clay.
That wasn't me.
Some people believe that people couldn't resist the meme and voted for Clay.
Hang on, I got the outcome. Just
You got the outcome?
yeah.
All right. Well,
Mods can do this.
the winner of favorite to win the championship is the New Amsterdam Arakonid's Yaroon. This isn't surprising to me.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so,
Demonstrates
I
why they're in
believe.
the running.
I don't know. It's 69 points go to Tyler. You know. That's just how it'd be.
Nice.
Yaroon, you are the returning champion. You won last season. So your playoff pedigree is obviously top tier. And you have a pretty good matchup against me round 1. So I don't know, man.
I voted for Clay.
You did win in the revote. Yaroon did end up winning 6 to no. Oh. I messed up the revote. So you would actually see the most hype results after that. Oh, we did these out of order. Okay. Well, this was the favorite vote beforehand. I should go through that quick. There we go. You didn't see anything. Yaroon 164 after the revote. So, I mean, he won 6-4 after the revote. I know I voted for you.
Voted for me.
I don't know who voted for you. I would have to
The
look.
the only answer I can think of is Sandy.
It might have been. I don't remember though particularly who voted for who.
I have no way of telling because we keep it anonymous.
I know who vote. I know like who voted for what. Like who was who on
Well,
the
yeah,
original
you can line
votes.
up who said who and what.
Yeah.
You can line up obviously, but like, it doesn't explicitly tell you at the beginning.
I have it lined up. Like I know like exactly who voted for what in like the first original like 10 responses. Like I know who, even though I didn't have them put their name on it, which was stupid. Which that would have been way easier. I did on the second one, but I mean, nonetheless, Yaroon is the favorite to win the championship among us 10, 6-4 at least. That is the vote for Yaroon.
So,
yeah.
I do want to state, Yaroon, I apologize for the little bit of a sloppy slap over. It was early in the morning, and I just realized I never finished the slide, so I had to think fast.
No, I love it. I love how it looks like.
I was actually originally trying to get like a pic, like maybe a different version of your picture of just DD inhaling someone, but I couldn't find a good one.
I love it all the same. Like, the effort is appreciated.
Thank you. I try. Yeah, I don't even know why I was in the running. I'm going to be 100% honest. I did vote for myself on the second go around, but I mean that was just because like at that point just going all in with the meme.
There, you
I
know?
assume Yaroon did the same thing.
So, I do actually have something.
What do you
For
have?
this?
So I am at I promised a certain individual that I would not tell this.
Don't.
So I'm not going to say.
Okay, good talk. Let's move on to the next bit.
I don't have no idea what you're even on about. This does not
I-
concern you in the slightest.
I know it doesn't. I am almost positive I know what you're referring to.
No.
Really?
All right, moving on. We're just
was
gonna go
going
in
to say-
MHP.
Can you
Yeah,
DM me first, please? Like, actually?
Oh my god, if you seriously think this is the thing that it's about, it's not.
I'm so confused
Just-
and concerned.
Just DM him first. Well, I'm just gonna read off the nominees for MHP. We know what the 5 it came down to, but I'm gonna read them all just in case you forgot. Fan Service, the Mega Charizard Y, Albino, Namekian Dog, the Zyger 10%, Steel Wool, the Cobalion, Sasha the Zapdos, Elf Practice, the Tapu Lele, Plasma Fists, the Zeraora, Hyrule Approved, the Mega Blastoise, March 31st, 2019, the Gengar. Also, no one else from my team. Love you, gang. I said Gummier, the Galarian Zapdos, Caretaker, the Mega Diancie, Buff Daddy, the Buzzwole, Skinner, the Suicune, Second Coming, the Arctozolt, Darude, Mega Tyranitar, Boiling, the Volcanion, Akinator, the Tornadus, Rossetti, the Excadrill, Expired Turkey, the Galarian Moltres, and Doc Croc, the Crocodile.
I will say one thing though. Suicune is literally the opposite of a hype mon. It is
Yeah.
a mon that we groan when we see it come out.
It was just up there, though. That's game of the season. But this is MHP. As you can see, Steel Wool and Arctozolt finished in first place tied, but we put in Buff Daddy, Darude, and Doc Croc as the other 5. I don't know why people voted for Buff Daddy as hype. Beats me, but it wasn't even close. The next highest one was Suicune. Like, everyone else wasn't even close. It was Cobalion, Arctozolt, Crook, Tyranitar, and Buzzwole. Those were obviously the most exciting mons respective to the team, the ones that did the most. Felt like when you thought of someone's team, that is the mon you thought of. So then, it came down to those 5. Cobalion, Buff Daddy, Suicune, the Second Coming, Darude, and Crook. And this was actually a close race at the beginning. It became apparent what 2 would be remaining. However, what turned out happening, the winner of most hype Pokemon is none other than Second Coming, the Arctozolt.
Let's fucking go!
It's beautiful. I think he had 7 votes. No, he had 8. 8 votes for Arctozolt. Second place ended up being Darude. I thought Cobalion was second place, but Arctozolt ended up pulling out, like, apparent very clearly. Ended up coming out with the win there.
As he should be.
I agree. He's just the most hype. You just never know what Arctozolt's gonna do. Like, he comes in and you're like, wow, I don't know what's gonna happen this time, but I want to know. Arctozolt comes every week, but he's exciting
I've
every
run a lot
time.
of different things. I admittedly struck gold with the hail thing, with
Mhm.
Focus Sash hail,
Mm-hmm.
and like in combination with already bringing Ninetales, like coming out with hail set up and then just killing things and then
You do
setting up
fucking
hail
work.
with the sash and all that. Pretty cash money.
It was just exciting every
Someone
single time it was
purring?
gonna come in. That a cat?
That would be Halliot's cat.
That's Tyrone. He decided.
He really likes on the mic.
No, Tyrone thought it'd be a good idea to just try to fall asleep on my keyboard.
Hail on 2 mons, legendary? Correct. It did work. That
Yes.
was legendary.
It
And that's
worked.
he set up his own sweep. He's like, nah, I'm sweeping myself. Hold on, let me take care of this real quick. So he killed 2 things and then he set it up again in the middle. He's like, nah, I got this,
Yeah.
bro.
It's
Also,
like,
because Clay
don't stop
contested
me
it
now.
like that, nobody gets to know what the hell I was gonna say now.
Okay.
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 No
It
one
wasn't that big
cared.
of a thing, anyways.
No, it was actually something really nice. It was something really sweet.
Oh,
Well,
really?
Anyways, here's Wonderwall.
Fuck, you figured it out.
Well, I think
Alright.
I wouldn't say to no one's surprise, but everyone's happy that Arctozolt won. No one's upset with Arctozolt winning MHP. It's the Second Coming, man. Like, come on now, you won.
I
How you
wanted
gonna-
the
how you gonna hate the
crocodile.
second coming?
Well, yeah, when we were given 4 volt or pick 3, Arctozolt and Skinner were like my first 2 picks because they were just like, that's a given. I'll pick something else for the other one.
Yep.
I
He
didn't.
had to
pick-
get
I
it
didn't
second
pick
coming. He
Suicune.
deserves it.
I didn't pick Suicune because I thought Suicune was just lame.
Yeah, I don't think I
Like-
picked Suicune
Like
either.
the only times Sandy didn't play it lame, it didn't work except once.
Like it was supposed. I
That
think it's
is an
type.
opinion that you are having.
It's an accurate opinion.
See, it shocks me even more because Spooks got like disrespected by Suicune. Like he got his holes resized by like Suicune was just like no. And I was like,
and he
this
got
poor
resized
man.
by basic bitch Suicune.
and I just didn't think it was exciting. Also, Let's Go Gengar, no votes at all for any like at all. Nothing.
Let's
This
go,
entire
Wade.
str-
Let's go, Wade.
This
You
is-
are totally not hype.
My
You are
team
the
is just
host and just the host.
You are the host with the least.
my team is just extremely just average in hypeness. I get like I don't know. Like no one
it
else
is
did anything
definitely
crazy.
Below average. You had one Mon make the list and it got no votes. That is below average.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like, I
when
could-
did you join the league?
I couldn't think of anything else to put in MHP. Like there was nothing else but Gengar because Urshifu wasn't exciting. It didn't do anything. Slowbro's not exciting. Jolteon's not exciting. Like it was just Gengar, I guess.
I mean,
No votes.
Roserade was kind of exciting.
I wouldn't call it hype
I
though.
voted for expired turkey.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
It has no votes. No, you didn't.
There was a glitch.
I'm kind of surprised that either of my Mons got votes because none of my Mons were very hype either.
Well, they both
I mean,
got two.
Terra Aura was random, but like Tapu Lele literally only had choice items except for the 1 week when I did a Wade and had all 4 90% accurate moves.
I want you to know I voted for Plasma Fists only out of contractual obligation.
Plasma Fist. Plasma Fist.
Fist.
Well,
Plasma Fist.
second coming one. And with that, I think
Damn
we're
straight.
gonna move into our final award of the night. Game of the year. I made sure everyone had at least one nomination for this. It was I wouldn't say it was tough for some, but there was a couple people. I was like, I need to find a game for this person. But like Boros are difficult to be exciting sometimes. But I even got one for Sev. I was like, let's put one in for Sev here.
You got the wrong one for Sev.
I know you vote. Tyler did vote for Jack versus Sev. I will say that.
That game was entirely more hype.
I didn't like that game.
You eat your words. This game got 3 votes. I'm saying this game didn't win, but it got way more votes than I thought it was going to. It got 3 votes, which is
That's
decent.
that's because Sev is hype.
Sev literally slapped Jack with his 20-foot cock and walked away.
He did.
Shit. All right. So Spooks versus Kevin. Zapdos was a stompy boy that week. Clay versus Tyler when Tyler broke everything and the spreadsheet just no. It was a good game though. 0-0 to Clay.
I threw.
Week 2, Hylian versus Yeroon. Just people like blowing up in front of Ben, man. Week 3, Marie versus Clay. The U-turn wars. It was like
I have to have a bomb squad next to me at all
it was like
times.
the first extremely like solid game of the season, so it was just good. Totally no bias here to who made this list. Me versus Kevin. Everyone knows about that game. Do we have to? Do I have to say what happened in that game? The Togetic and the Crook already both won awards from that game, so it speaks for itself at this point, I guess. Hylian versus Kevin. Stuff just came full circle, man. Clay versus Sandy. Having a good time! Exclamation point, smiley face. It was nothing happened that game. It was great. No one got upset. It was fine. It was a completely solid, normal game. It was great. Yeroon versus Tyler. Earthquake. Very cool.
He ran Scarf, Sand Rush, Excadrill.
Outspeed Zeraora. Sandy versus Jack. Jack almost pulled off the repeat against Sandy, and Sandy had to BM him to win. Good game. Me versus Lion Boy, the hour-long extravaganza of fun. Tyler versus Jack. No one watched the game live, but I'm guessing it was good, so I'm just going to put it on here. Hylian versus me, the weakness policy gang. Everyone laughed as I missed Stone Edges, and Regice lived on 1%. Me versus Jack. Let's move on. Clay versus Lion Boy.
No. Go back. I think every nomination needs its proper explanation.
It was a lot of jank. We all thought Rhyperior was just gonna get a 6-0
He
sweep for
actually went
free.
back.
But it didn't. And then Victini was like, "Hey, I'm a Victini," and had room service in Trick Room, and it worked in the sun. Got 2 kills, reset the
Hello,
entire
Sure,
game.
your room service is here.
Snorlax got a belly drum off. Like, it was pretty janky. And then Dwarf happened. Clay versus Lion Boy. Blair went surfing. It was a good time. Another week 10 game. Kevin went Super Saiyan, second to the last week again. I feel bad for whoever has to play Kevin second to last week next season, because he's gonna win again. If he doesn't, someone fucked up the timeline, and it's all your fault. Week 10.
Play Kevin week 1.
Another week 10 game. Hylian versus Tyler. If got his revenge.
I
Everyone
begin
liked
to
it.
feel like there's some sort of bias in this award show.
You're right.
Week 11?
Anti-Hylian bias. You deserved it.
Well, you win the next game. You versus Lion Boy win the spreadsheet. Died again. And then Jack versus Jeroen. A perfect chef's kiss to a good meal and a good season.
Question. Did Hylian really win that game? Or
Yes.
Did Lion Boy choose to lose?
We will never know.
No, I won.
This game, I think this
Thank you,
category came down to a single vote, I think the winner won by 1 vote. I'd have to check again. But it was by 1 vote. We're going to get rid of these. And we're going to bring in Furret again. And one last time. The winner of Game of the Year. Week 4. Philadelphia Flygons versus Copenhagen Furrets. So much happened. Kevin's back again. Award number 4 for Kevin. He already has 2 awards from this game already. He has Best Kill and Best Tech just from this game. And there's also 2 other things that happened. I nearly won. I second place to Best Kill and Best Tech with the Gengar set alone. I had a special Rhyperior that got a kill. The Fishious Rend on the Poliwhirl. I had the Hazard Spiking Roserade that set up the Gengar thing in the end. Sableye had Dragon Tail. So much happened. This was a complete, absolute roller coaster of emotions. And it won Game of the Season. By 1 vote.
Punch the thunder.
Over Clay and Tyler when they broke the spreadsheet for the first time. Actually, that was a tie for Jeroen and... What was the Week 10 game?
That was Jeroen versus Lion Boy. Buff Daddy go Burr.
No, that says Week 10. Oh, that's Clay versus... No.
Oh.
It's...
Clay versus Jeroen? Surf Puff?
Was that Week 10?
Yes.
I thought that was
Surf Puff, yeah.
that was Clay Lion Boy, I thought.
No,
No.
that was the week for me versus Kevin. I think.
Oh, yeah, that is you versus
No,
Kevin.
wait, no, Surf Puff was against Lion Boy.
Yeah, Week 10 is Jeroen versus Kevin. So Jeroen versus Kevin and Clay and Tyler were tied for second. But
So basically, Kevin is hype. Got it.
yeah, me and Kevin pulled ahead. Before the revotes, again, this was the other thing I was saying where the recast actually changed a little bit. Some people changed their mind. Tyler and Clay was winning. I think 6-4 or something. It was winning at one point, and then after the recast happened or whatever, people changed their mind.
I'm surprised that
I was
even into
shocked.
consideration.
I was too. I was like, how is this game winning? I was
To be
like,
fair, it was hype because me and Clay invented the meme brawl. And we both came to play that game.
it was
That
interesting.
is true. That was kind of like
It
the
did
first
break.
one that actually worked.
And then
but-
me versus Sev was there. Me versus Lion Boy was there. Hylian versus Tyler was there. And Jack versus Jeroen got good votes as well. And then some games got none. Full Circle got 0 votes. The Earthquake game got 0 votes. And
Like this if you cry every time.
I don't even know what this one is. I don't even know what that one is. But yeah,
We get it. You're salty.
Are you projecting yourself here? I'm confused.
me.
No, Hylian.
No, because he was hovering over me versus him. Was like,
No. That wasn't the one I was hovering over. That was the one under it. It was just a 0 vote thing that just had nothing. But yeah. This game just had everything. Like, it just had everything. People voted for it, man. Like, that's... You wouldn't have won, did they calculate... Who? Kevin or me? Wait, Lion didn't know he lost that way? Huh? Well, let's just watch them so I can fully remember them, right? Well, I was gonna turn this game on, I think. That was the plan. So, we'll pop this game up, and we'll send the regular season off the season 2 with the Game of the Year, aptly named Man of the People, a 1-0 win for me. I'll turn the music off. Color scheme too dark. We'll just put it... I'll probably put it on slow. Second time I'm narrating this game. That's also the problem. Game of the season, I don't have live. Because I lost the file when I was moving all the stuff between my computers. So... I lost the video file. It just went poof. Bye-bye. I accidentally deleted
this team
it.
specifically so nothing could kill any of your mons with thunder.
Yep.
And then he didn't bring a mon that could learn thunder.
Yep. I thought he was going to, but he
I
never
don't
did.
think any of his mons could learn thunder.
No, Togekiss learns thunder, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Togetic? I don't know.
It learns
No.
bolts, but not thunder.
No, it doesn't even get T-Bolt. It doesn't get any
He
of
has Vikavolt.
Vikavolt.
Oh, yeah. But he didn't bring it.
Latios probably gets thunder too, doesn't it? An electric
Oh,
move?
yeah. I forgot he has Latios.
Yeah, he didn't bring Latios that much. I don't know why. Oh,
Kevin
we
doesn't
talked
like to
about that one.
bring good things. He likes to bring fun things.
Yeah. As evidence of this week, 3 mons that all know metronome and all clicked it and all actually did decent things. So, turn 1, Sableye's going to metronome Jolteon and get Dream Eater, which does nothing because Jolteon's not asleep. Thunderbolt, Life Orb Thunderbolt does 92% to Sableye. And then Sableye is going to Prankster metronome Dragon Tail and knock Jolteon away. But it was also Life Orb, so it just dies. And Jolteon goes away, and it's Gengar time. Gengar's just in on whatever he decides to bring out. Poliwhirl. I'm like, I just switch out because Gengar had Destiny Bond, Hex, Haze. Oh, I was scared of the Furret too. I didn't want to get swept by the Furret. Because remember there was the pin in HDL chat, just me saying I was gonna get swept by the Furret.
I'm gonna get swept by the ferret. I'm gonna get swept by the ferret.
I didn't want to get swept by the Furret, so I had like Haze on Gengar if he decided to set up with it or something. So I had that too. Oh, that's what the ring target D-bond was for too. If Furret tried to hit me, why would Furret try to hit me with a normal move? I don't know. But if Furret only had like normal moves or something, or it like locked itself into a normal move, I can bring Gengar in and it would get hit by it.
Trick ring target.
I did that. I had that too. It would whatever I thought I would do, or whatever I would need it for.
I thought you had trick ring target for Crocodile, so Jolteon could hit it.
Yeah, and also Moltres. So Rhyperior could hit it with a ground move, which makes no sense because I can still hit it with a rock move. We don't talk about
and
it.
Slowbro doesn't make any sense because you can just click Ice Beam or Scald or whatever.
We
you
don't
think.
talk about it. Vicious Rend, 52%.
I'm pretty sure that would have killed it from full.
This was scarfed, obviously, because it outsped a Jolteon. So
No, you switched in Jolteon.
oh,
and
did I
it
switch it
died.
in? Oh, I
Yeah, you
did switch it in.
switched Jolteon and it died.
Vicious Rend still did 52% from a Poliwhirl. 52%. Dead. Gone.
Right.
Alright, it's a 1-1 game.
It would have OHKO'd.
Slowbro. Okay, he switches in Togetic, and here it comes. I'm just going to keep skull bashing because I have no reason not to. It's a Togetic. I saw him keep clicking Metronome. Like, what's he going to do to me? Oh, slack off? You're at full health, dummy. Well, that doesn't do anything. Skull Bash does 36. I'm like, okay, I only just need to Skull Bash him 3 times. Metronome, here comes the Peck. 3%. Like, what? Like, come on now. I'm going to do it again. And here comes the Fusion Flare. Right? Is this a Fusion Flare? Yep. 13. Like, okay. Skull Bash, 38%. Now, on this one, I should have just clicked Giga Impact because it would have killed him. But I'm like, how does... Here, yeah, before that turn, I was like, how in the world... After I hit him... We'll just go through this turn again. But after this happened, after I hit him with the Skull Bash, I was like, how in the world does a Slowbro at +2 defense... Or +4 defense... No.
2.
That was +2. How do I lose 84% to a Togetic clicking Metronome in 2 turns? I was like, how does that happen?
I mean, Fissure.
Let me show you. Shadow Ball. Spadef
You know
drop.
what I should do? Hold on, I'm actually just gonna put those gifts in
Skull
HDL
Bash.
chat as well. Because I still have them on
Dark
my
Pulse.
hard drive.
48% Dark Pulse. This was
Also, can I
max
say-
defense.
Well,
I
you're not
almost
on the
ran
page.
this. I almost ran this max HP. I was debating if I should ran it max HP, and I would have lived all those if I ran it max HP.
You know what's really
But I
crazy?
didn't.
That there was a roll.
It was.
Well, let's look at it this way. If Shadow Ball did 36% and and got the Spadef drop, meaning Dark Pulse,
Dark
a
Pulse
move
is
of
stronger.
equal power. No, it's not. They're both base 80.
No, Dark Pulse is or Shadow Pulse 90. I thought.
No, they're both base 80.
Oh, okay.
Dark Pulse would do 33% more, and since it's the same power as Shadow Ball, 36 plus 1/3 of 36 is 12, 48. It
Oh,
was definitely a roll.
yikers. Shadow Ball could have been a high
Could've
roll
got the
though,
plunge too, though.
or a low roll. That would have sucked. But to be fair, Slowbro would have been at like 1 HP, and they just bring something in. I probably would have sacked it anyway. But
Yeah.
you know,
Uh,
Shadow Ball into Dark
Yeah.
Pulse. Kill the season right there. Dead. I'm like, okay. Time for special Rhyperior. Metronome into Torment. Okay, I'm just gonna click Ancient Power. Like, come on now. I didn't get the boosts, sadly, but love special Rhyperior. This was Lightning Rod out of pure detriment, but it was Lightning Rod. I'm like, okay, if he tries to run Thunder, I have Lightning Rod special Rhyperior. Duh. Easy. Poliwhirl comes in. I'm not staying in on this with a Rhyperior. You crazy? I'm like, okay, what's he gonna hit me with now? He's gonna click Metronome more? Magic Room.
Which completely screwed me.
What was this Blastoise holding?
Blastoise. Oh, I think it was holding Utility Umbrella.
Was it?
No, I don't remember.
I had Black Sludge, but it didn't matter, I think, because I had Leech Seed Recovery. Avalanche, I just get it back. I just Leech Seed, and I don't die to another one. Are I protected here again?
Oh,
No.
no. I think I know. It had Dambrock.
Oh, yeah, because you had Rain Dance. If only this thing had Rapid Spin.
If this thing had Rapid Spin, you actually won the 1v1 against Roserade, and Wade cried.
Yeah, because like the only thing I could damage this thing with was I was just complete hazard stacking. Like it was just meant to stack hazards and get out. I think I protected one more time here. Oh no, I switched. I'm like, okay, Urshifu just comes in now. Like the hazards are down. Urshifu just clicks funny Urshifu buttons. Yeah,
Punch the Thunder.
Urshifu doesn't get to click funny Urshifu buttons because Kevin has a fucking galaxy brain and brought Anger Point Crocodile for my Urshifu. Oh. Yeah. And here I'm like,
attention to the chat when this happens, by the way.
It
Yo.
was in that moment he knew he fucked up.
I even was saying it was tech. I was like, shit. Because I remember the thought process. I'm like, wow, that's really unlucky. He brought Anchor Point just in case I crit him. Oh, no, that's Wicked Blow. That always, that's smart. I've been had. That was just an I've been had moment. So I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta let Urshifu go here. So, because, like, I knew Roserade had Protect. So I'm like, I just have to hope that he's not, like, Scarfed or something. I'll just go Wicked Blow again for Chip. And then just try and stall this out with...
And it's Scarf.
It's Scarf. So then I'm like, okay, Roserade has Protect. So I just try and stall this out with the Roserade Protect. What I do? I Protect. He EQs. He gets the stat drop. Or no, he goes again. I'm like, okay, I go for the double. I don't get it. He kills me. But then he also dies. The Toxic. Thank you, Toxic.
We all hoped he was going to live on 1 HP. We all thought it was going to happen.
I didn't think he was going to. Like,
Yeah.
I thought he was going to. Then my decision was like,
Fun fact. Toxic did 25% that turn.
it'd be like that. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do I? Then I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I'm like, how do I beat this? I'm like, but you did have 3 water types left at that point. And I was like, how do I beat this? Gengar doesn't have many good attacking moves, and Rhyperior just loses. And then I remembered, oh, I have Hex. And Gengar's fast. Oopsie. This is exactly what I was planning. It's Hex time. This is a better Ghost than Driftbloom, by the way. You sent out Poliwhirl. To be honest... Oh no, your Poliwhirl's only moves were Metronome and Thief.
And dance.
No, Thief. So I was going to say, it was maybe a throw sending Poliwhirl out first and not sending Urshifu out to kill this, but...
And then you're like, oh wait, it's worthless.
Urshifu would have died. I would have just let Urshifu die to Destiny Bond. Because I wasn't going to risk it. And then, but Rhyperior's still probably one, I would say. Actually, no.
Well, I mean, how do you know? How do you know
Hold
it
on.
wasn't going to get Hydro Cannon?
I don't remember what Rhyperior's moves were. So, I don't know.
I
But
mean,
Hex,
again,
that crit didn't matter.
I mean, again, if it got Hydro Cannon, none of
Yeah.
it would have mattered.
Yeah, that crit didn't matter. And then, the fun time. I'm like, okay, I just keep pressing Destiny Bond until he kills me, because I'm faster. So, but then I'm like, oh, he's special. And then I'm an idiot and press Destiny Bond again, which makes it fail. I should have just clicked Hex there. But I don't die to that. I curse Body or Scald, which then puts Kevin in the decision. You GG'd early.
No.
I'm pretty sure he GG'd because he knew he'd lost.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I saw it as, that GG, you had Aura Sphere. So all you had to keep doing was all you had to do was click Aura Sphere on a turn I clicked Destiny Bond, and I would die to burn and you win.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but you click Hex and he dies to Hex.
But it's a
with poison.
50-50. But it's a 50-50.
Except you were faster. There was no reason for you not to click Hex.
Possibly. Well, Hex might not have killed.
Yeah, but it was on his third turn of Toxic. Hex probably would have done... You were max special attack Gengar.
I might have been.
You
I probably were.
I remember you were.
I was actually, yeah. If you don't run max speed, max attack, special attack Gengar, what are you doing? So yeah, I was that.
So yeah, I'm 95% sure that plus Toxic would have killed him. So ultimately, while this was really cool, it did not matter.
And then he's disabled, so he has to click Aura Sphere, and then I debond, and because I am ring target, the Aura Sphere hits me.
See, the real play was if he had had Dive.
Then he's dead. And then that's it. That right there is game of the season. Yeah.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. I would say overall pretty successful.
Just
it's been
remember,
up and
if it
down.
wasn't for Roserade, you would have lost that game.
Love you,
I'm
Rosa.
posting all the gifts in the HDL chat for everyone that wants them, though. Also, can you go back to the power slide for a second?
This slide?
Just the ending one.
Uh,
Not the like thanks for watching, whatever. What the game of the year one?
Okay,
yeah, that
yeah.
one. That was a pain.
yeah, because there's a bunch in one here.
That was a pain to string together.
I don't even know
all
how you
those
do
different
that.
gifts.
I figured. Like, I was like, this is a lot of things together.
It was really a pain. I mean, it turned out really well. The only problem, obviously, Google Slides doesn't handle GIFs that well.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can kind of
Google
see like a
Slides,
little
for
bit of
some reason has a threshold as to the fluidity of GIFs.
which is why when I post all these GIFs in HDL chat, they're just fluid as
Yeah.
all can be.
Well, let's just run through the awards one more time. Winner of Saltiest Match, your Rune versus Lion Boy Week 4. Winner of Spiciest Tech, Anger Point Crocodile. Winner of Most Despised Mon, Buff Daddy of the Canberra Cacturns. Best nickname went to Robocrop. Best sweep went to Giflor's Day of Reckoning. Best kill went to Togetix's Mighty Mega Slowbro with the power of Metronome. Biggest letdown went to Tapu Fini. The unspoken MVP was Del Monte the Jolteon. Poliwhirl won SVP. Most improved was Jack by a landslide. MHP was the second coming. The favorite to win ended up going to Yaroon. And game of the season went to week 4 of me versus Kevin. So yeah, I feel like this went pretty smooth. I'm happy that this went as well as it did. It was a lot of preparing, a lot of just working on this during the week. But
I mean, look at it this way: we've got a system in place, which means that
Yeah.
season 3 HDL honors will be.
Season 3 will be nice and smooth. Hopefully, I wasn't painfully boring posting this. If I was rambling enough, but my
We're actually
voice is
getting
going
Ryan
away.
Reynolds to host. next
Uh,
one.
Yes,
That
please.
is a
Which
budget
is
that we do
a
not
surprise.
have.
I'm
you wait.
I'm okay with that.
Just you wait.
I'm okay
No,
with that.
don't get-
We could
don't get me
probably
wrong.
get him as like a
Some I can get a cameo. Does he have a cameo?
like a detective
Cameo?
Like,
No, hang on. Hear me out. Hear me out. As
Just
we
read
all
it.
know,
Have him
I-
read everything.
No, hear me all out. Hear me out. As we know, I am pretty much a Seth Rogen lookalike. So, what if I disguise myself as Seth Rogen to then try to convince Ryan Reynolds to come on and
I honestly, hot take. I don't think you look like Seth Rogen like at all. Like it's not even close.
I am with Wade.
Like
I'm hearing this now and I don't see it.
if I'm being honest, I don't see Seth Rogen like at all.
well, there goes Hallie's dream.
Look, Ryan Reynolds can't be that expensive. He's only the CEO of Mint Mobile. What else has he actually done?
He has a tequila company.
He was a Pikachu.
Was it tequila or is it whiskey? I don't
was
know.
a Pikachu.
He was a
He
Pikachu.
was a Pikachu.
He was also Green
Was
Lantern,
made-
but we don't talk about that.
He's also Deadpool.
Wait,
I was
what?
gonna say, he's also he's Deadpool
He did
now,
what?
though.
Yeah.
He was Green Lantern, dingus.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
what?
there's a Green.
No, he
there's a
wasn't.
Green Lantern
He was
movie.
never-
Played
no,
Green
no.
Lantern in the live
No,
action Green Lantern movie.
No,
that was shit.
they never made one of those. There was
No,
never
they
one of
didn't.
those. There was never a Green Lantern movie.
They
No, there wasn't.
literally.
No,
made
Yeah, there wasn't.
No, there was never a Green
Deadpool.
Lantern movie made in 2010 starring Ryan Reynolds with a post credit
I
scene
agree.
teasing Sinestro as the.
Yeah,
I
they never
agree.
did that.
They would have butchered that.
There was never one of those. There was never one of those. They would
It
never
would have
not
been
do that.
butchered.
They would
Yeah.
never not do that.
Fox would have
Wow.
absolutely slaughtered that.
They would have made the
It would've
suit
been
like
awful.
green and animated. It'd been really bad. It like
Slaughtered in the
bad.
bad way. Yeah.
it'd have been bad. Well, yeah. So, how long have I even been streaming for?
I'm actually down to
This
like,
was
You
3
have-
hours.
Like $10 for a cameo for each award presentation.
This was 3
At that point, maybe just
hours.
for one and repeat it.
Oh my
That'd
god,
be funny. How long has this been?
3 hours.
Bye, guy.
Felt
It
like
is.
that. Or I mean, not feel like that, but like I would guess that it was around that.
Yeah, that seems about right.
What?
It's so far past 4 a.m. here.
Well, I appreciate you staying with
Jeez.
us the whole time.
I should probably go to sleep as I have now been up about 35 hours and
Yeah,
slept
good.
maybe 2.
Yes, go sleep.
That's-
Kevin needs to
that's
go
not a good
sleep.
ratio.
Yaru needs to go sleep. Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Night.
Good night.
Risk of Rain 2 content coming soon.
Thank you for attending. I'm gonna need to
Also,
figure out
Kevin-
something with league content going away.
Hey,
Stay
make
tuned.
make the loadouts. The loadout stuff.
The loadouts, yeah, it should be. Yeah, those are interesting. Maybe like a
Those are
once a
fun.
month. That's a once a monther type video. This
Hey,
random
Kevin.
ass loadout.
I'm
Gavin?
gonna delete that GIF and then you could post it right after I post the last one.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
how-
it's bothering my OCD that I didn't post all of them.
Makes
How many robot mushroom runs are we doing?
Apologies to Clay and Sandy for the only 2 that didn't get an award.
Yeah.
I tried.
I feel like there might have been some collusion. I feel like there might have been some bribes to give Game of the Year.
Nah.
There was some intense
I feel like
Sandy
there
slander
might have
going
been a
on.
biased award. Now I'm done with this bit.
I feel like we've built up the karma for Sandy to at the very least get to finals this year.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
Sandy
he
not
got
being
slandered
here.
pretty heavy throughout.
Or Sandy not
Well,
even
not
being
like
He
here.
wasn't
pretty
even here
heavy,
to
but a
defend
decent
himself
amount.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna watch the
Kicking him
VOD and
while
be
he
like,
was
what the
down.
fuck? Like,
He's gonna be
what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
I'm gonna get a random DM from him later on going, yo, what the fuck, man?
like why is everyone shitting on my Suicune? What the fuck? I had fun.
It's Suicune, what do you expect it to do, man? Well,
It's fucking
Where the
Principal
heck is that
Skinner. It was-
otherwise, thank you for attending. My cards will be here eventually. I don't know when, but like they'll be here, I guess.
that's the-
I don't.
sorry.
Oh, wait.
Mine will
Wait.
hopefully be here Monday. You know, after the fucking
There you go.
snowpocalypse.
There you go.
That's the
Mine
worst
got-
part. Oh my
it-
Oh,
mine
I'm
got
out of-
refunded because of the snowpocalypse.
Mine didn't get refunded yet, but I do see things.
Hylian, you're in death area. How are you doing?
Spooks is too.
Why does everybody remember me for that and not Spooks? Spooks
I don't know.
lives in this state too, damn it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end this now. This is 3 hours. My brain fried, gone, nightmare. Risk of rain eventually, maybe. Yeah, more of that. League content go bye-bye. I need to do that. I'll upload a video. I'm sorry. Car content soon. I bought Shiny's RV, very cool. Shining Fate's pretty cool, like 1 in 3 good pulls a pack. Yes. A lot of Rebel Clash and Vivid Voltage as those things die. We go waifu hunting. Yes, please. Brain, nightmare. I need sleep.